tomorrow.
All right, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. I'm here with Yoshi and Musty. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Good. Hello.
It's going okay. Could be better. Could be worse.
Yeah. That's a pretty common thing for everybody, I think.
We had a tornado warning roll through.
Oh, I was wondering
And-
what that was about.
Yeah, that tweet was a picture of the radar.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
right on the friggin' edge of it.
And
Shockingly, this room, we didn't lose power, so that's good. But down here, couldn't hear a thing. You couldn't even tell it was raining. Like this room is awesome.
so that's Musty's. He doubles as his game room and his what is that? Atomic shelter.
Yeah, something like that.
Your game bunker.
Yeah, yeah,
Bunker.
whatever.
I'm trying to come up with a name for it. I'm struggling.
He just gave you one.
Yeah,
It's not that elaborate.
I've been wrestling between because Fun Dungeon is Travis's. He's claimed that for his own, and then I'm mulling between things like the vault, the library, stuff that's like I could throw out in conversation and people might not question it. The vault is kind of weird, but.
It would probably create as much confusion as Hobbit Hole or something like that.
Right. We could call it the Mines of Moria. Something like that.
Not dark enough for that.
Treasures untold. Well, I could turn the lights off.
It still wouldn't be dark enough for that.
There's no windows. There is no light in this room if I don't want it. It's amazing.
Yes, but then you'd have to paint the walls black.
Right?
Or hold on, not black.
Play Rolling Stones music.
Dirty gray. They'd have to be all dirty gray.
Yeah.
And be stony.
Could do that. But no, we survived. I was charging up my hand cranked weather radio.
I'm sure that the wife will like when you go, yeah, we need to paint the game room gray colored stones.
I already painted it. I'm not doing any more painting in this room. Good.
Painting. It's too much work.
No, compared to what it was going into this, it looks like amazingly better because it was like contractor white.
That's what people paint their houses to sell them.
Well, no, that's what people paint when they finish a room, but then they don't do anything else with it.
No, that's what people paint their houses to sell them, is contractor white.
Yeah, because it's
True.
It's just a blank slate. You can imagine whatever color you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of inoffensive.
This wasn't freshly painted contractor paint, though. This was like you could see like lived in, like children fingerprints, like not so obviously, but like you could tell like
That's called the previous owners didn't care.
Well, it's a utility room, really. It's a glorified utility room.
That sounds about right.
That just looks amazing, So.
The previous owners didn't care is defined by them offering to paint the railing on the deck before you move in and using interior paint.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Just to screw with you. I assume.
It sounds like you know from experience.
Yeah, you could. How'd you guess? And also, like installing doors backwards. Don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
Like the sliding door.
That's a real pet peeve.
The sliding door in the kitchen here is like if I put a screen on it, it would be on the inside.
Oh boy.
It's like backwards and upside down almost. It's really weird.
But we want it to go the other way.
Yep.
That's probably what happened is they bought the sliding door that went the wrong way. And they're like, but we want it to go the other way.
Yeah, I don't want to get into a thing with that. But there were some problems in this house when I moved in, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's generally how most contractors work, though.
I don't think it
Right.
was contractors. I just think the previous owner was a moron.
That's also true. Where they hired morons.
Friends, morons, same difference. Anyway, that mini rant aside, there have been quite a few miscellaneous game announcements over the last few days.
Yeah, it's been a wild week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Onimusha was a highlight for me today.
I figured. I was trying to remember who it was who was like, I want another Onimusha. And granted, it's not another Onimusha, but it's
Yeah.
setting
it
the
is that.
stage. It sets the stage for a potential that another
Yeah.
Onimusha is coming.
Yeah. That's what I want.
That's
Just
what
like,
all of this is, right? I mean,
yeah, all the Spyro and Crash and all the other remasters is like, let's just see how this goes, and if there's enough interest.
yeah, I mean, because we all know how companies work. Companies want money, and so they're using this as the opportunity to test the waters.
Print money.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And
I mean, yes,
print money.
yes, absolutely, print money in a lot of cases.
More likely, print games hope for money in the more obscure instances. Not that Onimusha is all that obscure; they've just done nothing with it for a long time. There's been an interest apparently within Capcom for it to happen again, but just I guess the top people were not interested in taking the shot.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm not surprised.
I could pull my copy off the shelf of the fourth one, which I still haven't finished. It's the only one I haven't finished. It's not a spin-off, but I'm just going to look it up to see when that came out, just to see when they put one of these out last. Well, not counting Onimusha Soul, which was like a mobile or something game in 2012. 2006. It's been a while.
It's been a dozen years.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the Genma Onimusha one?
No, I'm not sure when that came out. That was the Xbox version of the one we're getting the re-release of. I wonder what the back and forth is on that in terms of what features carry over to the new release that were added in the Xbox version. Dawn of Dreams is the one from 2006.
So apparently, there's a new Streets of Rage game coming.
Yeah, that was interesting.
About time Sega started using some of these dead franchises.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be one of those examples though of the are we going to get that and realize that maybe this gameplay style isn't as like the beat 'em ups are kind of a dying breed or needs a revival?
Yeah, a little antiquated. I feel like you could do stuff like go more. God, what's the freaking series? We had it as a Cartridge Club game for NES, and
River City Ransom.
Yeah, River City Ransom style or Scott Pilgrim style, where it's like you have like RPG elements. You can find stores and upgrade stuff. You can go back and replay levels, stuff like that,
but
just to create more
the
stuff.
whole problem with doing that is you're gonna piss off the original Streets of Rage fans.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things like, yeah, it would help make the game more. It would give the game more meat or whatever, but it would piss off the Streets of Rage fans. I'd prefer to see it just another a straightforward beat 'em up with modern style graphics. It plays well. It's replayable as hell, just like the old games.
Yep. As long as it's not the PS2 game again.
I played
There's
Double
PS2
Dragon
Streets
Neon,
of
and that
Rage.
wasn't bad.
What'd you say, Derek?
Double Dragon Neon I played a couple times, and it wasn't bad as a beat 'em up. And that's
Yeah,
a
that,
modern remake.
Yeah,
It
that
wasn't
has some of
great
those
by any
RPG
means, but
stuff.
it wasn't bad. This
Yeah, it's
looked
way
like
forward
that.
though. So they're kind of the exception to the rule.
Okay, I have no idea, but I also heard people saying good things about the developer of this game, the Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah, .emu. They did the Monster Boy remake, right?
Yes, that's what I remember hearing. Yeah.
Speaking of relatively related to Monster Boy, the Monster World set on Xbox 360. That's Games with Gold coming next month.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Like, it has Monster World 4, which I don't think that's been released any other way. Or Wonder Boy, whatever you want to call it, Eric.
I'm pretty sure it was Wonder Boy.
Yeah, I know. It depends on which one you're talking about, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's Monster World on the release on 360.
Monster Boy.
Yeah, it's Monster Boy on the Switch.
Wonder World.
Look this damn thing up.
Oh boy.
Okay, compilations. Yeah, that one, it says Monster Boy. No, it doesn't. It says Wonder Boy for a couple of the releases. Okay, Sega Vintage Collection Monster World. We're going with that from 2012. But it contains Wonder Boy in Monster Land, Wonder Boy in Monster World, and Monster World 4. That's what's in those. So it does not contain the one that we got as Wonder Boy 3 The Dragon's Trap.
Ooh. And again, I have that on my Switch. Hi, cat.
Doesn't have
Yes,
Monster
cat.
Lair either.
Meow,
Has
meow.
almost all of them.
Someone's grumpy. Ow.
Yeah, the Xbox
Bad
One
idea.
titles for the Games of Gold are underwhelming. Again,
Well,
Are you surprised?
I've heard good things about. I saw a review about the Prison one.
Prison Architect.
Yeah,
I know there are people that like that. It's not something that appeals to me.
yeah. I mean, if you're not into like simulations and that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
then it probably like that aligns more like with the like Theme Hospital or
Yeah, and
which is also coming out soon.
yeah, and they released on Games with Gold The Escapists or whatever the hell the other one was.
Yeah.
What? The other one's Live Lock. I have no idea what that is.
Twin stick shooter, I
Ooh,
think.
if it's that, then I might be interested.
That's what I read, or at least I
Okay.
saw like a blurb that said was
Yep.
like twin stick shooter.
Has been described as similar to the Diablo series in gameplay, but with guns and in a post-apocalyptic a post-eucalyptus setting. Yes, a post-apocalyptic setting.
Eucalyptus. Mm.
You can play as koalas apparently.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Just
no,
what we always wanted. It's koala game.
I'd play it. A koala twin stick shooter.
What was that old
Why not?
Nickelodeon show that had koalas on it?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Could be worse.
Not the Wild Thornberries.
No, older, much older.
Yeah, that's the only one that came to mind.
Like David the Gnome time, which is funny. I bring up Nickelodeon. Apparently, there's some streaming service that's picked up like all of the old Nickelodeon shows now. I don't know if it's in Canada though, but
Probably not.
It's
No.
not.
Oh,
it's
Canada.
not. Sorry,
They said they're working on it on their website.
working on it.
Sure, that means you'll get it in like a year.
They're trying to get the royalties from Are You Afraid of the Dark kids? Is that what's going on?
If you're lucky.
I'm pulling up the wiki for Nickelodeon. That's not gonna result in a whole bunch of crap coming up. Oh, that's upcoming shows. No wonder I don't recognize it at all. Apparently there's a show called Meet the Voxels coming out. I have no idea what that would be.
Meet the Voxels?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's getting louder again.
I hear Final Fantasy.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Cave music.
Do you have any idea what the show like would have been like? Just
No,
what kind of title I'm looking for?
What are you trying to find?
A show with koalas in it. Maybe I should just look up Nickelodeon koalas.
Hold on, I got it. Koalas cartoon, Nicola. Adventures of the Little Koala. That has to be it.
Okay.
What?
It was on around like the same time as like Eureka's Castle and David the Gnome. Yeah, that's very Japanese looking.
Yeah, I would say. Especially looking at the cast list and the staff and the original network.
Gotcha. Yeah, it says early 90s.
Yeah, there's also a result for a show called Noozles. I have no idea what that is.
Looks like the same show.
Also known as the Wondrous Koala Blinky. What is the... Yeah, it's
Same,
anime. What the hell?
Same director as Macross.
Ooh.
Yeah, that piques probably both of our interests.
I'm sorry, Robotech.
Bad. Not Robotech. Robotech is a butchery.
You were
You should
good
not
when
watch
you
it.
made it bad. I have nothing against Robotech. It introduced a whole lot of people to it. Same with Voltron. It's like, much as anyone could kind of get a little annoyed with Robotech, especially three shows mushed together just like Voltron was. In the example of Voltron, no one's gonna go back and watch Go Lion. Like, there's no Go Lion nostalgia.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Voltron nostalgia. But just for those first seasons.
So those knockoff Voltron figures weren't just figures; they actually had a knockoff series on top of it.
What?
Well, there's Go Lion. Wasn't that a Voltron thing?
Yeah, it was the original show that Voltron's based off of.
Oh,
First season of it. Like the
My
whole
bad.
lion robots.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the original title of the show in Japan. It was something Go Lion.
Gotcha.
I think that's actually on Crunchyroll if you wanted to watch it. It's a lot more violent.
This is uninformed to me.
It's fine. Not a lot of people know that. I probably don't need to know that.
Speaking of shows on Crunchyroll, have you been watching any of the new season?
Absolutely not. The full
Come
title
on!
Beast King Go Lion, by the way, if anybody gave it slightly any care at all.
You should at least try Cells at Work. That's actually interesting.
Yeah,
and informative.
I do have an interest in that show, just because I've heard good things. I really need to go back and finish Wotakoi. Don't worry, I won't talk about anime for very long. But
It's okay. I'll bring it back up later.
what else is there? Third season of Attack on Titan. I know a couple people might care about
Yep.
that. Other than you, Yoshi. I know you don't care. That badminton
Meow.
show, I'd probably watch it because it's badminton with sports drama. They're running out of sports to make anime out of.
I've still been watching How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. It's still good.
I assume I would still have no interest in it. It's not my type of show from the sounds of it.
Probably. But it's quite amusing.
Glad you like it. Anyway, off of anime stuff, since I don't even have anything to talk about as far as that goes. I don't remember what's out this season. Any other games that were announced that anyone wants to talk about? I didn't watch the Nindies Direct.
I don't know. I haven't been paying too much attention.
I know some people struggle with the. Some people are, very resistant to the term. So we're gonna call them Nindies as much as we can, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Anyways, sorry, that was.
Super Nindies.
Yeah, I'm struggling with the Nindies. A lot of them starting to just look similar. There was a stretch of that presentation today that just, if you didn't put cuts to different game titles, I wouldn't know that these are different games. Like they all have
I
a
can
very
see that.
similar mechanic, and maybe it's all that they're made in. I think what are they all made in Unity or whatever? Is it Unity?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Oof.
And so
Okay.
they all have, like the characters float the same way, or they platform the same way. Like they can all move after they've jumped, type of stuff, which is fine.
Most of what I've noticed with the modern indie games on the Switch is they're mostly shovelware crap from cell phones or generic platformers with questionable art design choices.
Don't get me wrong. There's some interesting stuff, and like I was talking with a couple earlier today, and I like things like Towerfall. I think that could be a lot of fun. Things like Stick Fight or the Duck Game, like those just look like a ton of fun. Maybe
But
it's because. Go ahead.
My problem with calling them Nindies is those were all on Steam like 3
I
years
know.
ago.
I know.
That's the only problem I have with using Nindies, but that's to help Kevin's argument. Aside from that, we should keep calling it Nindies just to bug Kevin. Like I said, come on over. Let's play those games.
Should. Are those IKEA shelves?
What's that?
Are those IKEA shelves?
This is my new TV stand thing. Yeah, where all my consoles are going to be. It's IKEA.
Nice.
Telex or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna replace this.
Oh yeah.
This is okay, but not great, and also dusty.
Yeah.
So I'm going to IKEA over the weekend, and I found a recommendation for the Kallax to give them a little bit of elevation. There's a kitchen kit that's has 4 or 6 inch pedestal feet that you can screw into the bottom of it, and then basically it'll lift that off the ground, so that if you don't want it sitting on the floor, you can get it a little bit off the ground.
And it's carpet down here, so I think it's fine on the floor down here. If it was like hardwood or something, or this is on a different floor, then yeah.
Well, the one upstairs, where we want it, is going to cover a floor vent, and so I need to elevate it, and I don't want to mount it to the wall because I want to be able to run cables behind it, and so that's the
cables. I'm not sure what I'm doing with yet. I thought about even with this old one, I thought about just draping some cloth with slots in it that was black to block all the cables. So I might end up doing that with this one. Is drape some cloth.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to figure out my cable management on what I've got.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo it all because this thing has a nice channel down the center. And I ran all the cables through the center. Last time I sent a picture of this setup, I ran all the cables nicely down the center, and now they're all gonna be all over the place.
And does the TV mount to that centerpiece? Is there a pedestal?
It does.
Okay.
So now I'm going to have to put it back on the original stand and put it up here.
Okay.
Yeah, you could.
Because I kept the original stand.
You could maybe put some.
You always hang on to that stuff because you never know.
Yeah.
You could maybe put some clips on the back of the Kallax shelf on the backs of the boards, just to kind of run the cables down the back so that they're hidden. But depending on the amount of cables,
too many cables.
Yeah, depending on the amount of cables, that probably wouldn't work.
Like original Xbox component cable is pretty thick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So something like that's going to be hard to make it follow path. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then where do I run all the cables up to the TV? Along the side is best because that's the thickest spot, but then everything's going way over it to come up.
Yeah, for maybe a thick middle run of cables you can't really do much about. I'm just going to go over and grab this thing I have that they're available to grab because I haven't used the damn things yet, but they are nice. I'll be right back.
I'm betting he's going to come back with something I've got right here, but we'll see.
Yeah, one of those deals. That's what I want to. I want to get that so that I can run things back and forth.
This is the cable loom. Like you wrap the cable in this loom,
Okay, I think I have a more practical solution than that for you.
I thought that was what you were gonna come back with. I picked this
Yeah,
up
like
at a
I've got
value
like some of these like strips, and they have zippers on each side, and you just wrap them around the cable, and you put it in just the zipper
I've
slot
never
and zip
seen
it up,
that.
and it's just kind of a round, simple black thing in the back.
Like a sock, but zippable.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so you just zip this around the cables, and it kind of just makes them neater. It doesn't hide them, but it makes them neater. Plus, the
But at least
shelf,
it's black too.
and the
whereas
shelf
this
is black, so it'll blend.
Yeah, that's like, hey, look at all these cables.
Yeah, and these
Which,
kind of
at
like
least this
packs
will
of
keep them together. But
Yeah,
this
well,
is also
the nice thing about that one, Derek, is that if you have different entry points, you can get them to come in at different
But this
times.
thing is also weird because it uses a tool
what the hell
I've
is
seen that.
to put the cable in.
If it's on the end, yeah, it has to go inside the. So
Yeah, like it's weird.
it's a
that? Looks like it should be for plumbing.
or
Or worse.
or health checkups. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the part that comes to that little like nub is what you need to feed into. The part that's facing up is the part that points into.
Yeah, that's like one of those things you walk into and the doctor pulls out and you're like, oh, I think I'm in the wrong office.
Yeah, there's instructions here too. I did understand it when I bought it. It's still whether it's worth it or not, and I've buried the instructions underneath all the DVDs that I pulled off this other shelf here.
It's like if you've ever tried to do like bookbinding on like those like plastic rings.
Okay, here's what it is. You run your cable through. If I have one here.
You probably have a few cables lying around.
Run your cable through here, and then you put this over the nub.
There you go.
That covers it, opens it, and then goes over top of the cable end. It's actually working really well.
More elegant solution.
Yeah, but this is how this comes out, like just thickness wise.
Yeah.
Just
I
as
just need
comparison
to find
to
something like that.
iPhone SE or whatever this is called, just for size comparison. But I don't know what these are actually called because they were a gift. Probably just search cable sleeves on Amazon. But this came in a pack of 4, so you can get them pretty decently.
Yeah, I might even do this until I find something like that.
Yeah, but they're just on
will keep the
Amazon
cable
and in
together.
Canada, so.
Yeah, when you said Amazon, I'm like, yay, Amazon.ca.
Yep. An actually useful reference.
Yay!
What? You don't like my American Amazon?
No.
I like it if I can use it, but I can't. Not without paying tons for shipping. So.
Oh yeah,
that sounds about right.
Every single time I've had to order something from .com, it's been horrible. It takes like something that was $30 and makes it 70. Ugh.
That sounds.
And worse when you start in American dollars for the price of it too.
Yeah, I think that's after conversion. I mean.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I actually don't mind buying from eBay Canada, other than the shipping cost, because it costs less.
Yeah, but with Amazon, you get duty fees and import tax and just all this other garbage.
That sounds like Amazon.
Yep.
Amazon are jerks.
And especially since the Prime doesn't carry over between countries.
Ouch.
Yep.
Hey, you want Prime in the U.S.? You buy U.S. Prime. Ha 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 ha.
Even if it was just within North America, that would be fantastic. Like, and I don't even expect like 2-day free shipping from the U.S. That would be impossible. But just make it cheaper, please. That would be nice.
Make it so that you don't have to pay twice your item cost.
Yeah, and things being available more universally between the two would be nice. Like there's I know, like I've shown over like couple weeks a lot of martial arts movies. I was looking for one, and there's the Onimusha connection because the guy that plays Samanosuke, the likeness and the original Japanese voice is in it. House of Flying Daggers. That movie, I tried to find that on Amazon. $95 in Canada, $10 in the US.
Oh
That's when
man.
you message Musty and say, Musty, do you mind getting this for me?
Or Eric, he's a little closer.
Okay, yeah.
I don't need it that badly. It's just something I was looking up. But
Oh, my
still,
battery
though.
does zero. My battery's
Yeah.
dying. I was going to show you my cable mess that I get to deal with, but my battery's dying, so it's not worth it.
Well, I'm sitting here with a pile of stuff I've collected over the past 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Some I was going to show last week, but
It got a little out of hand.
yeah, I decided to go to sleep instead.
Much better use of your time. So, we haven't really been talking about a whole heck of a lot. Do you want to just... No, there's probably going to be more people coming on shortly, so... Or Yoshi, you can show your stuff if you want to.
I can show half of it because the only person that's going to care is already in the stream.
Okay. Like the manga that you mentioned last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was at a local bookstore and I found a copy of this.
Oh, Angelic Layer, yeah.
Yep.
The Glare
This
was
is
like
the
the title I
second
was trying to
book.
guess based on the art.
This is the second book.
Nice.
This was like $6, which I thought was a good price considering these say to sell for 20.
Yeah. And
So
you can
then
pick
I
up the...
went on eBay and got the first book.
Very nice.
I think this was like 10.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
still a lot cheaper than buying them new.
Then buying them new or buying them separate because these are the thick ones, so that's like the
Yeah.
entire Angelic Layer thing.
Yeah, and I think they only release them that way in terms of what's in print now. So, that's nice. I actually had those
And
in
then-
the library, but I never ended up picking them up. Sorry,
Something
I'll let
else
you
I
go on.
picked up recently.
Shock. Magic Knight Rares. I wonder what could have possibly motivated you to pick those up.
And 2. Well, I have the friggin' multi-$100 Saturn game now, which is fantastic, by the way. If you ever get a chance to spend a few $100s on a Saturn game.
Or find the ROM somewhere online.
Yeah, about that. Saturn sucks for emulation.
Oh, I'm
Good
aware.
luck.
Yep.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, anything else? That's no one else would care about?
I got a couple games. One of them probably no one else is going to care about. So this was marked down from 60 to 30 on Amazon.
Atelier or something or other?
Lydia and Suil, Alchemist and the Mysterious Paintings. Probably because the next one in the series came out already.
Nah,
So this one went to half price.
that makes sense. I'm not
And
at
if you
all
find it
familiar
in a
with that series.
GameStop, they will still try to sell it for $55.
It's really obscure enough that they don't even check it on the corporate end to put it down in price.
I know Knights of Azure 2 is still selling at GameStop used for like $50. You can buy it new on Amazon for $30.
Yeah, I had an example of that a few years ago where this was back when EB Games and GameStop was still just like getting rid of the last of their PS2 games.
So it
So
sounds shitty, but whenever you're in a GameStop and looking at used games, look to see what they sell for on Amazon, because GameStop might be ripping you off.
Yeah, anyway, what I was saying was I was in there and looking at the remainder of their PS2 games. They had 2 copies of Rogue Galaxy, which is a game I had been looking for, and they still had stickers on them for $50 each. So I go up
You
and
went
ask
and
them,
found one for 10?
Huh?
You went and found one for like 10 or 20?
A couple of years later at a convention, yeah. But it was just kind of one of those ones like, is this price accurate? And they're like, yep. Which sucks, but we can't do anything. It's the corporate end. No one went back and lowered that price.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I learned something, though, from my friendly neighborhood GameStop employee. Price changes happen on Wednesdays.
Oh.
So, don't ever go in on a Tuesday.
Yep.
Always go on Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah,
However,
the guy
if you're
told me,
buying
he's
Switch
like,
games, it probably doesn't matter.
Oh, sure. But like right now, they have this deal going from now until the middle of September. That's in the U.S. That's buy 3 games $14.99 or less, and get them for $25. And then your Elite Pro or Pro membership stacks on top of that. So for me, it'll be $20 for 3 games that were $15. And so if some of the games that I want, which are at that like $20 range right now, dip in the next month, that would be awesome.
You want to know what's kind of crazy? My local GameStop basically, or not GameStop, one of my local game stores will basically surf the GameStop retro section. Do you see what stupidly priced things they have? As in, they're selling it way below the current market value because GameStop is pretty much stupid. So they'll just buy all those up, stack them on top of like the power up rewards and all sorts of other stuff, and basically get them for a good deal.
Yeah, that's...
And that gets him inventory. And then he sells them for the current market price. Which I can't really blame them because, you know, that and a lot of people don't like ordering from GameStop because half the time you get fake stuff. Or if it does come in a case, it's got like those stupid labels on it. They're putting black stickers on things now. Like big black stickers. Like, you know, if you have... Trying to find one. You know, like you have like a price sticker on it from another game store. Instead of peeling that off, they just stick a big black sticker on top of it.
Interesting.
That are damn near impossible to get off. So
that's odd.
That's GameStop. And it's sad that people still trade in games to GameStop because if you bring them boxed games, like boxed N64 Super Nintendo games, they will literally throw the boxes out.
Well, I don't like I've taken just loose discs back to them and kept
they don't
cases. Care. No, they don't. Granted, it stinks for the next guy, but
then again, I think GameStop is pretty much going to be phasing out of the game business soon and turning into ThinkGeek stores.
ThinkGeek.
Yep, we're going to have ThinkGeek and not GameStop.
It's already half ThinkGeek stuff, isn't it?
It's like 2/3 ThinkGeek stuff at my local stores. You walk in and 2/3 of the store is just junk. And I'm like...
Even our stores are the same way. EB Games, it's the exact same.
Yeah. They don't feel like game stores anymore, which is sad.
Oh, I disagree with... At least with mine, I disagree, but...
Yeah, mine's good. The entire middle of the store is ThinkGeek crap, but still.
Sure, there is, but I mean, some of those things... Some of us love that stuff, right? Like, some of us have a big display for Amiibo, or, you know... Those kind of, you know, that kind of stuff.
My point being is that, like, it depends on the store. If they're just following corporate policy, which is phase out the games, phase in more ThinkGeek, or if the store owner's like, that's stupid, we're going to carry the ThinkGeek stuff because corporate tells us we have to, but we're not cutting down our game inventory. And we're not going to throw out these cases because that's stupid. Of course, most of the time corporate tells them to do that. Because they'll toss 3DS cases and DS cases. And that's just screwed up.
The thing that sucks about GameStop and EB Games is that they're essentially McDonald's for video games. No one cares. They're just there to sell you crap.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
And they have to do whatever the corporate end says, and they care even less. So that's what sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, random side note away from that. Apparently, Sega is gauging interest in a survey for Yakuza Kiwami 2, of bringing over Yakuza Ishin and Kenzan, the more samurai-based versions of the games, like the feudal Japanese ones that we never got. That would be awesome to get those. if I remember correctly, the setting of that is it's basically you're doing like almost kind of a Renaissance fair thing, where it's the characters from Yakuza playing historical figures, reenacting fictionalized versions of past events. So it's like a play almost.
That sounds bizarre.
I mean, I think
Probably
it
like
looks
most
like,
Yakuza games.
but I think it looks like you're in that time period, but that's kind of the setting. Is it's that period, but the characters from the Yakuza series are playing historical figures and they're going through those events. Some of the side games are really strange. It's not anywhere near as strange as the Dead Souls game that came out, where it's a zombie shooter in the Yakuza universe, which we actually ended up getting. I still need to find a copy of that, but oh boy, that was weird. I wonder if they'll ever remaster something like the PSP games that were never brought over. That would be cool.
Maybe.
It's funny how there's like we've gotten like 7 Yakuza games over here, and some of them multiple times now. And it's like, yep, there's still more of them we didn't get. There's a crap ton of these. At least we're getting the Fist of the North Star game they made.
And I'm looking for a Hiram game.
Yeah,
Which
does not star Yakuza characters playing the characters from Fist of the North Star. Which I'm not sure if that would have been better. Either way, that should be fun. Anyway, that was all for that. Yoshi won't care until Yakuza comes to the Switch.
I still won't care.
Fair enough.
Oh. I zoomed too far out, now I can't see anything.
Any other topics of discussion anyone wants to bring up?
I'm looking for a 8 megabit IROM Super Nintendo game. Preferably Super Famicom.
That's not really a topic, but okay.
That's a Google topic.
Yep.
That's a sit here and scroll through the SNES database. Because I have one chip left.
My what?
Your new setup is all secretive still, right?
Huh?
What news?
Is your new setup all secret still? How you hook up your consoles and everything?
No, it's not. I was gonna do something. I actually have been like looking at laying out like my like videos from like now until the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so it's not far off. Like doing an actual like tour. The closet is still something that I need to finish, and I almost got the items that I needed. But we had some other stuff to get, so I held off.
Yep.
But like right now, like
curious.
that's what I film
Curious
now.
for elegant solutions to avoid a giant cable mess. You know what I mean? Like power bars.
I don't have that yet because this is what things look like for me right now. Like,
oh my god, how is my battery not charging? It's
Maybe because you're live streaming.
Faster than it's charging.
Probably because you're live streaming.
Yeah, it's still annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like so there's a console at every in every spot, and then I've got these on top, and so it's just like it's a mess.
Like, I don't know. Power cables is what I really hate. Is this giant mess of power cables? I have 3 power bars hooked up. Like,
yeah. To me, that's kind of why I want to get it off the ground, is so that those power bricks can sit on the floor. But the other option is to like mount them to the back.
Yeah.
But you don't have a ton of real estate though. It's not like those.
No.
It's tough.
The more I put back there, the more it's going to show too.
Yeah, One thing you could do is if you have like a blank spot in one of the cubes, but you probably won't.
I don't.
Yeah, I know. I kind of figured. But like, just if you have room behind there, like you could get a decorative box or some other kind of cable box to run stuff
I
through.
did that on way over there. I have my controller shelves, and over there I have one bin that's just one of those, cube boxes, and in it is all the power stuff for all the chargers, for all the controllers and stuff. But
yeah, but I mean, you cut out holes in it and you run the cables through that, so it's cleaner.
Well, they make IKEA makes like the half. They also make the half depth things so that you could have that be a 2-sided shelf.
Oh,
so I think they have some
like
things.
Double height?
No.
What do you mean?
Like they have things that are like in here. They only go back half the depth of of it. So then that way, if you're using it as
a false shelf in behind, you mean?
Yeah. There's a vertical that comes up that. So then you could put something different on the other side, and it doesn't show.
I have these, but they're probably not going to work at all for me, and that makes it split the
into 4.
Side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
4 small holes, but that would be good for if I had controllers on here.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't work for the consoles. But you're saying it separates the other way, right?
Yeah. So it's
back.
It's an upright. Yeah, it's like a false back that goes halfway deep. Let me make sure, or at least figure out what they're called, because I swear I saw them, but I didn't think about them because I was looking for. I have the fabric baskets.
Yeah.
And then the drawers, which are kind of cool. The drawers are nice. I'll get.
See, I don't know what consoles could work with half of it taken up. Maybe a third if it doesn't.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Is most consoles are fairly deep. Like even the Wii U
is not too bad.
It's not, but
PS2 Slim.
But you're only dealing with like 15 inches of depth, so like you'd have to find something that's half that, and I just don't. I don't know
with those PS2 Slims.
Yeah, the ribbon thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I just learned about that not long ago.
Yeah. Thankfully, ribbons are fairly cheap on eBay.
Yeah, I gotta look into it sometime. I don't play my PS2 much, so hasn't been a concern yet, but it will be.
The way to prevent it from happening is to always turn the thing off and check to see that the laser mechanism's at the outside of the console tray. And also, if you look into it and it's one of the ones that has the deeper set ribbon, it only really happens to the ones that are very thin. Because there's a couple different models of those.
I wasn't aware there was a couple different versions. You can't really see very well in this light.
No. But if you look in there,
and
you can see a metal plate right at the top, and it looks like the ribbon's glued to that.
There it is.
And you have the one that it's susceptible to doing that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I had watched.
So where is the laser on that one? On the inside or the outside?
The laser's all the way on the inside.
That's bad.
So
because it's holding on the ribbon.
Pretty much, the ribbon will basically form to that shape.
So this thing is only half the depth. So if you wanted something to sit in the front, you could mount that to the front, and then behind it you would get at least half of the space to kind of to do that cable management, or the power cabling and stuff like that.
The problem is I don't have a shelf available without a console on it, so I'd have to like cut a hole in that for wires to stick through.
Yeah, that would.
Just to go back to the box thing for a minute, you know what I mean about like getting the decorative box and like cutting the side out to run the cable out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that, like, and maybe if it wouldn't fit like in the back so much. And the thing is, if you put it in the back, then you can't get access to the switch because there's a lid on it. But if you put it on the side of the shelf, then you have access to get into that, and it looks nicer.
Put it on the side of the shelf.
Like put it next to the shelf, so the box is just sitting there, and that's where the power cable is in there.
There won't be room for it to go next to it either.
Okay, that's
my computer's on one side, and then kids' toys on the other side. I'm pretty doomed no matter what I do.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a spare cube to put a cube shelf there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's just the number of consoles. Like I already have the Wii and the Switch sharing a shelf. I have Ouya and PS2 sharing a shelf, but the Ouya is Ouya. And then Xbox 360 and PS3 sharing a shelf, which is good because they're both vertical.
Huh?
It would be nice if I had some shelves or something that divide the shelf height-wise, because that way I could put 2 consoles in one cube. Especially something like the Dreamcast, PS2.
They do. Hold on.
I was assuming they did. I just haven't looked into it yet.
They do
make something.
It almost has like a tray to it. Here it is. Like I don't like the texture on it because it looks like there. It's like that.
Oh. Yeah.
So it has. It's almost like you can put your keys in the front there, and they wouldn't roll
I'd almost
around.
turn it backwards
and use that front part. Yeah.
Yeah, especially for like Dreamcast would maybe fit in there good.
Possibly.
Yeah,
but then you could fit something underneath as well.
It's also not quite high enough, I think, because if I want to put PS2 underneath it or Dreamcast, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't open the lid then.
They are. Yeah, it's only 4 in that. It's like 5 inches tall.
Yeah. But if you went with a wood one and did it 6 inches tall, the wood is losing that extra space anyway. So.
Yeah.
The horror of having many consoles to.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have
this
8.
Is why...
problem.
Yeah, I have like 8 in one of my setups.
This is why most of my consoles aren't hooked up. Because I can't be bothered to run all these cables anymore.
They won't get played, and they already almost don't get played as it is. So
yeah,
like you could almost put a 360 in the bottom, and I hope it would leave enough space for circulate. Like that would be my other concern.
360. I was doing the 360 with a PS3 vertically.
Okay. So then there's not really a need for.
Yeah. So any other thing that pulls from
you
the
need
front,
something.
The Xbox One would be good to put on one like that.
Yeah.
As long as that shelf is wide enough to fit over it, which as long as it goes the full width, it should be.
Yeah, it is the full width.
Yeah. So Xbox.
Like here's a picture of it in.
And PS4 if I ever
in use. Like that's a picture of it in use. Right.
There are pieces of paper.
Yeah, like it's straight up a office thing right there.
PS4 Slim would fit nice under there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that one's going to my brother for now.
Maybe you could do the box thing with the power bar on top of the shelf. Like if you have a space, like you can get just like a decorative box from Walmart or something and put it on top there. But inside is like the cable that you can run behind the unit.
So the TV's going on top, but on the sides, I'm doing Xbox One.
Okay.
And maybe PS4 if I get one again later. And then also I have, to make things even more complicated, I have the switchers too.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the component one. I still need the component one. The composite one I don't need because N64 is the only composite console I have hooked up.
Yeah. The more I try to help with that suggestion, the less plausible it is.
You're welcome. I mean, thank you.
I mean, you're welcome can be for tolerating me suggesting something that's absolutely useless to you.
No, because you're trying to help. That's the problem, and I feel bad that I keep shooting everyone down.
No, it's fine.
Is kind of things I've already thought about or tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
At least I showed you those cable
still getting better
sleeves.
Than what I have now.
At least you can probably use those cable sleeves I showed you.
Yeah.
Maybe I can try and find that and send you the link. That would be helpful.
Oh my god. So many cables in component. Jesus. All right, Musty. This needs to go on eBay.
Yeah.
The monster component. Because I have enough other component cables for Xboxes. I don't need this one, and I would prefer to have the $80 for something else.
I mean, you could take that $80, get the HDMI adapter, and still.
It's true, but the HDMI adapter would probably be $80 to ship to me.
Oh, that's.
From Amazon.com. Because they don't sell on Amazon.ca.
That is a good point.
I'm also doing an upscaler already. It's basically just an upscaler, right?
I don't know.
What resolution does it show on your TV? Does it say it's?
It plays through whatever resolution, it does the thing where it switches the resolution
to whatever the game really is.
To whatever the game is, yeah. It's not upscaling.
Okay.
So if your TV won't support 1080i, which none of them don't really.
Yeah, my TV's got everything, even considering it's old. I mean, everything aside from 4K, but.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, those cables will net you a pretty penny. I used to have those. I was mad at myself for having gotten rid of them.
I saw a PS2 pair. That
They're bluish, yeah.
Yeah, I saw those on a classifieds thing around here, but they were in Toronto, so I never.
I'm betting they're not much better than the regular component cables.
Agreed, but as long as someone believes they're better and they sell for more money, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Video files and audio
just like
files
those N64 controllers, right? Best controller ever.
A lot of cables are bad for the component on Xbox, though. Apparently, is what
I
I've
do
heard.
have some
Like
really
a lot
cheap ones that are not good.
Yeah,
but you can just tell by the thickness of the wire of those ones that they're not good. They're not well made.
Anyway, do you have access to the group chat in the Hangouts from your phone app?
I believe I do.
Okay, because I have the link to. I don't know if they're the same brand, but they're just the Amazon Basics versions of those sleeves. Do you want me to send you that way or through Twitter?
Just send it through Twitter because I don't see the chat here. There is a back button, but I fear that hitting it will disconnect. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just do it to the Twitter. It's fine.
Yeah, that way I'll have it for later too. Because this
I'll just DM you.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to find them cheaper, but there's variant packs where it's like they're $18.50. So that's for a pack of 4 20-inch ones. You get 2 40-inch ones for less than that, surprisingly, and they're also available in white. There might be other brands of them that might be cheaper. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta love how that works.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just DM it to you on Twitter. Yeah, hopefully they're helpful.
My battery's at 1%, so I could disappear at any time, just so you know. It's been at 1% for like 10 minutes, though, since I went to unhook it.
Okay, that link's sent for whenever you get to it.
Oh, 10 o'clock.
The Canadian reviews are a bunch of morons, so ignore those.
Sounds like the U.S. Amazon reviews.
Yeah, those are better, actually, on this one. They show them it's like they didn't understand what the hell the product was. They gave it 1 star.
Genius.
I'm not surprised. There's not much that surprises me anymore.
Anyway.
So I may need to follow up with Scott and figure out how he's doing his, but the problem I think might be that his is a little too fancy, too expensive.
Doing his what?
His whole console setup and everything.
Oh, okay.
Like he has
this kind of bonkers.
He has boxes like cubes like this, but then every one has like a closed back on it and fans inside and individual lighting and the fans are all
moisture control.
Humidors.
I'm not surprised.
It sounds awesome, but
Yep.
I would call unattainable, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think the Smithsonian would go that far.
Rocket's
Oh.
ass. Yeah.
Yep.
I could find out.
Hey, Ryan's logo.
Ryan saw my shirt and had to join.
Probably.
Hey, man. He's not a bottle of sauce anymore. What happened to the sauce?
He used it all.
You should go buy more.
Oh, man.
Needs more sauce, Ryan. More sauce.
I think everyone but him would disagree. So,
Hey, I love ketchup.
the thing is, you can't drink a N64 controller, so that lasts longer.
Oh, okay. I like
Yeah.
N64. I don't love the controller.
Well, you could try to drink the N64 controller. I just don't think it would go down very easily.
You do like a 3-flavor flask, right? Like one out of each of the Tridents.
Yeah.
And you can make a can opener or a bottle opener out of the memory slot.
That's actually a good idea to use for those memory slots. There you go. Next time you're drunk playing Smash Brothers on the N64, you can do that to open your beer.
I feel like saying Smash Brothers would be a missed opportunity.
Yeah. It's Smash Brothers. Puns. Bring on the puns. And I'm tired.
I think I need a shorter component cable. This is also Monster.
That's what Velcro ties are for.
Well, I used
where do you
elastic,
keep-
but it's still a lot of
Yeah.
cord to hide.
Where do you keep finding those monster cables? Pawn shops?
I don't even know where half these came from. This probably came from a friend of mine. This isn't Monster Xbox cable. This is just normal component to component.
Yeah. The problem with
This
those
one was
is they
probably from
have
a friend
death
of mine.
grip.
His brother is obsessed with like quality of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Quality.
So did you get that package sauce?
I did. Yesterday, as a matter of fact. I got it Saturday, but I picked it up yesterday.
Did you see what I mean about the Game Boy Advance?
I have yet to open it, so no.
Yeah. I learned things during that one. Like,
That's
I
good.
don't like working on handhelds that are not Game Gear. I have a links to do. I don't want to touch it, but I'm going to have to anyway.
I feel like that's how a lot of people feel about the links.
They don't want to touch it.
Yep.
I have a Game Boy Color that I don't want to finish.
Game Boy Colors aren't that hard to fix.
To finish. I have the back. I was adding a backlight, and I don't feel like doing the Loca glue because I don't want bubbles and I don't want to screw up.
You mean a front light?
Yes, you're right. Just backlight is what most people understand. Yeah.
Because to backlight one of those, you have to rip a screen out of a Game Boy Advance
Yeah,
or something, which is stupid. Shouldn't do that.
Yes. I agree.
Anyway, hey Ryan.
Oh, he had to wear an N64 shirt too.
Yep. And I was too lazy
have
to change it.
matching shirts.
I saw Derek was wearing it, and I was like, I'm too lazy to change. I'm not going to change it.
You have matching shirts.
Yep.
Congratulations.
I'm
You
okay with
win.
Got the number of Nintendo shirts up to 3 for this stream.
What's Musty playing? Looks like he's playing a video game.
Is
He is.
You wouldn't like it.
Oh, Octopath or Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy VI.
Yep.
So,
Sounds terrible.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a nightmare. Like it looks like you're doing work.
That's literally my nightmare is playing an RPG.
Yeah, look at he's not even smiling. He's just like, ugh.
does anyone want to see
I'm
my
having more fun.
Ugh.
2 other Saturn games and a GameCube game I got this week?
Sure.
Over the last 2 weeks?
Musty's just trying to read here, so
Not trying
I
to
probably
read.
should
I'm
go
in a
soon.
battle right now against a tap dancer and some ninja guy.
oh,
That's okay. I'll just
Exciting.
tell you what they are.
I was
So-
waiting for them to finish talking. I'll present you. You can show the rest of your pickups.
Because no one else cared about the first half.
It's fine. It was all manga. And a game.
all hentai.
Close enough. So am I presented or whatnot?
Yes, you are.
So I have this nondescript black case. I wonder what's inside. I'll give you a hint. It's a Saturn game.
I
By
feel
working
like we got
designs.
that a minute ago.
Dragon Force.
Okay.
Great band.
Mhm.
If
Are
you
in the
like one
play.
song, you'll like all the others because they're exactly the same.
Hint. They sped up their guitar tracks.
Probably.
Guardian Heroes.
Oh, that's a fun one. Does disc or is it as a burnt copy?
You can't get burnt copies of legit Saturn games. They won't work.
Yeah, you can. They'll work with an action replay if you hack it correctly.
No, they're official Saturn games. You can tell because it'll say produced by or under license from Sega Enterprises Ltd. On the edge.
I was saying because there's a guy at Portland that makes nice reproductions.
Yes, but
It's
you
those
must have an
action
action replay to play them.
I do.
You still need a new Saturn.
I do have one though.
Because I still can't find Saturn lasers. I can find GameCube lasers, PS2 lasers, and Dreamcast lasers now, though. So, yay.
Do you have any
By
other
the way, Star Fox Assault,
pickups? Yay.
Yeah.
it's complete. It's got the manual.
Is that the BioWare one?
No.
That's Adventure, right?
Adventure was made by Rare.
The last game for the Nintendo
Rare.
that they made.
Sorry.
Yeah. That was the last Rare game on the Nintendo.
Is that it for your pickups, Yoshi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, going on about lasers. If you ever need a laser for a game console,
Lasers.
lasers. If you ever need lasers, do not buy from the U.S. sellers. They are literally selling the same thing the Chinese sellers are for 3 to 4 times the cost.
Yeah,
It's all
but
about being in a hurry. That's why.
yeah, you'll get a lot faster than from China.
Actually, it'd take about a week to get one from the U.S. and about 2 to get them from China. 2 to 3 to get them from China.
I'll take the opportunity where, while Yoshi's talking about lasers, to go for a minute. I'll be back.
It's okay. I'm not going to stick around too much longer. Because, I've been up since like 7 a.m.
Yeah, I kind of figured
I
that's
stayed
why I
up
want
way
you to
too late.
finish your pickups because it felt sounded like you were going in a bit. Anyway, I'll be back.
I have 2 more pickups. But they're not really pickups.
Damn it, Yoshi.
You don't have to present me for these. I'll just talk.
Good.
Don't do it. Just do it.
So, I have these nondescript Super Nintendo games that no longer have labels on them. They just have some words written on the front of them. And a bunch of wires inside. This one's a bit heavier. I made myself Terra Enigma and Ease. I'm waiting on the labels.
Huzzah. I'm gonna go now.
So yeah. These aren't horribly hard to make, but at the same time, it's tedious as all hell. And not that much cheaper than, just buying the pre-made reproductions. Except the pre-made ones usually come on those friggin' snap shells. You know what I mean? Like the snap together Super Nintendo shells. Anybody?
As opposed to with screws, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This way you get them in actual shells. But you have to order labels from some guy because I don't have a label printer. And I don't want to spend $100 on a label printer.
A tease from Musty.
Oh, you didn't.
I got it a while ago. I think I sent a picture out. This is just me rewiring all my stuff, teasing you that I have it.
Can I see the tease again?
What's that?
Can I see the tease again?
Yeah.
He wants to be teased, guys.
Oh, connects adapters, eh?
Yeah. Well, it's one that's 2 power bars kind of thing. Bricks.
Yeah, I'll come across one someday.
I know. I'm still looking for you and Eric, but that one I got with the Connect for $40. Canadian.
Yeah, like I've almost thought about looking at like Xbox One S lots.
I have looked at lots of them.
Lots of lots.
I've only found one where they had the adapter and they weren't willing to separate. I've considered
That's
buying
weird.
just to separate it.
Yeah.
I almost bought a lot just to separate it.
Huh.
If I found one with good enough games at a good enough price, I would do it just to hook one of you guys up with one. Also, I could probably make some money off selling the game separate too, right? Depending.
Oh, I bet you could. Yeah, because right now, like my Xbox One Connect is in a box. Like it's not even like there's no functional use for it right now unless I were to have it sent away to be actually modded, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
There will be a solution. Maybe when I go to Microsoft in October, I'll talk to Phil and just be like, "Can you just give me an adapter, dude?"
And they're like, "We literally have none."
Be like, "Come on, gift shop something." Look it up.
None of what now?
I'm going to talk to Phil Spencer about getting me an adapter for the Kinect.
Maybe he'll make a joke about how you're like the only person that wants to use the thing.
I don't think he would make that joke.
Yeah,
I think he would say,
those things still sell for $150.
What, for the Xbox One?
The Xbox adapter. One S or S adapter for Kinect.
What, so you can go from the Kinect port to our friggin' USB or whatever?
Yep, exactly.
They took away the proprietary port.
People making a killing on eBay modding them.
Mm-hmm.
What, modding the Kinects?
Yeah.
Just modding the Kinect to use USB and a power adapter.
I'll send you mine, Yoshi, if you can do it.
Something tells me it's the same. I don't know how.
Well, there's this thing called...
Here's this thing, Microsoft did it.
I'll say, Yoshi, I think there's this thing called the internet, and Al Gore invented it. I bet you can find out how to do it there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a factual statement.
Yep.
Input is 12 volts at 2.67 amps. Where's the input on this one? Will it be a 120? No. Yeah, it's a 120 and 12 volt out. Yeah, it's just 12 volt out. And then there's probably 5 volts for the normal USB. Lots of information on how to do it online.
Or I can just be patient, at some point.
Yep.
I'll use my GameStop leverage. They gotta be getting people trading in S's.
Yep. And all the employees are probably grabbing the adapter when they comes in.
So I'll just, they've been nice enough to. Well, I should just do my pickups because they're the ones who hooked me up with some stuff. Hooked me up with a thing, but
yeah, we could do pickups. Eric's taking too long.
oh, he'll be here. We just stretch. We just take our time.
Yep. And
So
there goes Yoshi. Anyway, I'll present you.
Okay.
My battery's still working somehow.
Okay.
0% it says.
That's craziness. So I went to my GameStop and because I saw on Wario 64, they said that it was a buy two get one on Wii U titles. For on Friday they announced it, and I think it's no longer an offer that is available. So I went and I grabbed a couple of Wii U titles, starting with Splatoon. And I realize that game is going to be useless once I officially turn off it says there's some single player in here. So not entirely useless, but then I got the 2-pack of Bayonetta.
Nice.
And Twilight Princess.
TP
for my game collection. So TP for my Wii. You? When I was up at the counter, then she was getting me the games, and she's like, "Do you have this?" And she reached in and grabbed something out of there because it was, here. So she took the games out of this because they were still sealed. But she just gave me the cardboard for the Star Fox Zero combo.
Do you have either game?
I have both games.
Cool.
So now I have the cardboard for it, and the cardboard's in amazing shape because what they had was still new. So
it's like they never played it.
Well, there's that. I also
it's almost as if you're the only one that cared, so they just gave it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm friendly. And that's where they told me about the deal that kicked off on Monday that I already mentioned once. You should go and take advantage of it.
If you're looking for Wii U games or looking at Wii U games anyway, take a look for Game & Wario.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find.
That's right. Yeah.
And Tank Dank because it's fun, especially with a kid.
Yeah.
And that Hello Kitty is stupid expensive too, I think.
And
right?
yeah,
Devil's Third because
Funky
it's great
Farm.
for children, right?
Yeah. And Funky Farm is good resale value.
I don't want to resell.
Is that it for your pickups here?
No, it's not. So I'm doing some prep work for something. Like I have a video that I want to do on some lesser known Xbox titles. So I'm showing these, but anyways.
The context will have to wait.
Oh, good, Mike, because my lesser known Xbox video is coming out tomorrow. So
no. I'm not like spoiling it by showing it, but when I was going through this binder, right, the good old Xbox binder that will someday have a video of its own, I saw some games that I had never heard of before, and I was like, "What is this?" Like, and I was looking, and one of them, when I was reading up on it, sounded like a Power Stone clone.
Power Stone.
A power clone.
Power clone. And so I found a good copy that was complete. Talked them down on eBay as well. Not talk them down, but they took my best offer. And so there is Loons, The Fight for Fame. It is a Looney Tunes themed arena brawler type game.
Interesting.
Yeah. I haven't tried that one yet. Or I haven't really, I know it works. I just haven't put any time into it. This I got though. This I'm excited about. I popped it in today, and it is exactly what I had hoped it would be. And it controls exactly the way that I had hoped it would. So this is Disney Skate Adventure, Disney Extreme Skate Adventure, which is Tony Hawk with Toy Story, with Toy Story characters and Tarzan and Lion King characters.
I haven't seen a copy of that game in a long time.
Yeah. It is Tony Hawk 4's engine, but it's Disney.
Nice.
That's kind of cool.
With a the soundtrack though is like straight out of Tony Hawk. Like,
not Disney songs?
No, not
nice.
at all.
No, I want to play this game.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find that because I'm sure the credits have.
Like friggin' skating around as Tarzan listening to Sum 41. That's gonna be great.
So the first
Melancholy or
no, hold on. The first song is by Trust Company. Audio Vent. Simple Plan.
Yep.
Grits. The Newsboys. Smash Mouth.
Somebody once told me.
Little Romeo. Real Big. Yeah, Sell Out is on here.
There you go, Real Big Fish.
Yep.
Got some ska going on in there.
Jump 5. Basement Jacks. Yeah. So, but yeah, they have actual like licensed music and stuff, and the voice acting sounded pretty close. But I'm skeptical as to whether it's the actual. It's not like I don't think it's like actually Tim Allen as. But yeah, you can skate as Buzz, you can skate as Woody, you can skate as Zurg or Jesse, Timon and Pumbaa, and Simba and Tarzan, and there's a few others, and then there's Create a Skater mode, which is all these like children. So, I'm really excited to talk about this game. I may just talk about that one if this other one ends up being garbage. Which
would you say it's a hidden gem? There, that's the deal in GameStack.
Yeah, but that is it. That is everything.
I'm going to go just because I only have 3 things, unlike last week, and one of them, yet again, only one game, and this will be the most surprising thing I could possibly show this week, I'm sure. But I got these last week, not games, but I kind of collect X-Men animated series, and I hadn't gotten these yet. I got the X-Men and Wolverine anime series on DVD. And just to give you an idea of how old these are, there's an Attack of the Show sticker on this.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, but these were like, well, this is $10. They're usually $10 a piece on Amazon. This was down to 5, so 15 for both Canadian. That was pretty cool. And yeah, that's basically all I needed, other than the last couple out of print volumes of X-Men Evolution. Those are going to be a pain in the ass to track down. Anyway, the game, obviously, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Steelbook Edition.
Did that come out today? Or?
Yep. That did come out today. And just because it's coming tomorrow, but it would be a week until I could show it, obviously, I caved and I ordered the Shenmue collection. On PS4, much to my chagrin. Because I like keeping Dreamcast and Sega stuff, much like Eric, on Xbox if I can. But the thing is, 3 is only coming out on PS4, correct? So there's that. If I even
unless you want to collect it on PC, buy it on PC.
But, yeah.
Is that confirmed that it's only PS4?
Yep.
I thought so.
As of right now, the only way to get a physical copy is to back the late backer edition right now. That's the only way to get a physical copy of 3 and for PC or PS4.
Okay. Anyway, the other reason is, I know you disagree, but I consider Yakuza to be the spiritual successor to that, just from based on what I know. But also, just the style is similar enough. I feel like it would be weird playing the Shenmue games with Xbox prompts, and then going to Yakuza and playing with PlayStation prompts. So it kind of is thematically appropriate, if nothing else. That's what I'm going with that. But I'm getting that tomorrow. That should be fun.
Goodbye.
Anyway. Derek, do you have anything to show before you drop again?
I don't think I'll be dropping again. I grabbed a better charger. No, I have nothing. Everything I picked up at Barrie was in that picture I put on Twitter.
Okay. Ryan, you have anything?
One thing.
Yep.
Xbox One X.
Oh, nice.
So I took advantage. I think today is the last day for the trade-in deal, where you can trade in an original Xbox, get $200 credit towards this guy. They had a base model PS4 or Xbox One S for $250, and I think if you traded PS4 or Switch, I'm sorry, you got $250 as well. And if you traded in a PS4 Pro, you get $300 credit. But I traded it in. I decided that's probably going to be the best offer you can get for that base model Xbox One. Anyways, I don't think anyone's going to pay $200.
Especially with access coming.
Yeah.
Like, I get the feeling that's going to eat into trade-ins on those a little bit.
So I dumped my old big VCR model in, and I got the new one, and I got it all set up. It's kind of heavy. It's surprisingly heavy. But yeah, it's all hooked up. Just tried it out just to see how it looks, because right now I'm playing a couple other games at the moment, but looks nice. My OCD can calm down now because, I have the 4K PS4 and I have a, 4K Xbox, so that's boom. Until Nintendo announces their 4K Switch next year or something, I'll be fine.
Right.
But yeah, I got that in. Got the I had to go to a different store though. The first store, I said this story to a couple people, but the two guys working did not like each other. And there was some tension, and the store had a lot of customers in it at the moment. I don't know if one guy was really upset because his lunch break had to end early to help out with the line, and or it's just the guys just did not like each other because the guy was kind of really short to the customers that got called back. I remember someone came asking for like a Wii Motion control, the Wii Motion Plus, and the guy's like, "We don't have any, like none, like didn't even want to look." And she's like, "Well, I kind of, any solution?" And he's like, we can. He went through the thing. He's like, "Oh, they had to go and found the little dongle." He's like, "This will work. Put this in your Wiimote." So like, she's like, "Okay." He was kind of really rude, and I think the guy was working with, because he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll trade it in." And he's like, "We don't have any more Xbox One X's." Like, he's like, "Are you sure? I was just here the other day, and like they had it." He's like, "We don't have it. I was just back there." So I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you have to go to another store." And I asked them to print off a list, and they print off a list. And I went to another store, and they were much, much better employees, where they liked each other. And
as in not assholes.
yeah, and I talked to them about it a little bit. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of weird." I was like, "You guys are actually getting along pretty well." And they're like, "Oh, what is that?" I told them the story. I asked because they were tearing down Red Dead Redemption stuff. Like they're gonna get ready to toss it, and I was like, "Hey, can I have that floor display box?" And the guy's like, "Well, I don't see why not." But I forgot to ask him when I was walking out the door, because they had like this piled up, and they're like, "Oh, getting ready to set up the new promotional stuff." So that was my fault, but I didn't want to just be like, "Oh, by the way, can I also just take this with me as I walk out the door?" So. But whatever. It's not a big deal. I don't know what I would do with it anyways. Now if it was Spurter, man.
We're collectors, You'll find something to do with anything.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't want to be like, "Oh, thanks for helping me out with getting this guy. I'm also gonna take this off of your hands too." So
you could send it to the Easy Allies. They could replace Lightning with it.
Never.
Never.
But yeah, that's it. So
nice.
I don't have Xbox Live at the moment, so I can't play PUBG or PUBG, if you will.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just I don't know.
I know.
It'll be interesting to see with the official release coming, if that changes they could shoot themselves in the foot if they charged full price for it.
What this wouldn't get me in basically, or
No, it'll get you in. There's probably a code for it, but
yeah.
I'm just thinking that once it becomes the official release, does that change what the pricing structure is currently? Because right now it's in game preview, so it's.
I thought there is gonna be an actual disc.
Yeah, I mean they'll be catching up a little bit to PC,
but they're not going to stop charging or lower the price on PC. I don't think.
Right.
I just don't see them doing that, so I can't see them lowering the price or making it free on Xbox.
Oh, I was suspecting that it would go up. What is it on PC right now?
Okay.
What is it cost?
I think it was around $30 US.
Okay, then that's what the pre Xbox game preview mode ran.
I think because of Fortnite, they can't justify going up.
No.
Yeah.
I think if they did, they would be dead. It would just kill them for new users.
Mm-hmm. I think it is kind of Fortnite. They kill it already, right?
Pretty close.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I just mean they couldn't touch the price just because they're finishing. Finishing.
I'm just eating, by the way. That's why I'm muted and the video's off.
Sure.
Just figured I'd clarify I am still here.
Why can't we watch you eat?
Other than
There's
the
people who pay for that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys gonna pay?
No.
Then I'm muting.
Perfect.
Can I send you some Bitcoins?
You're all too quiet.
Just looking. So, Streets of Rage, have you guys talked about that yet?
Very slightly.
Only briefly.
For it, against it?
Is it good? Hopefully.
Is it good?
I look forward to seeing what it's like.
I'm worried, but I also don't care much for beat 'em ups, so I'm worried it's gonna do the thing where it's doesn't meet everyone's expectations, and so everyone yeah.
So literally every video game.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And the people doing that are frequently not right. Anyway, my only mild concern is that they only highlighted 2 characters in the promo artwork, but they could be saving the rest of the characters if they're going to do them. Because I know there's probably people that... What, Derek?
Seemed weird that there was only 2 shown.
Yeah, it's just like...
You could be right that they're holding them off until later as like a tease.
Yeah, but the way they showed the art, it seemed final. But not a final fight, though. Anyway,
they didn't show release date or anything, so...
Yeah, so they could show more. I'm sure there are people that are way more excited about the rest of the characters in that game other than Alex and Blaze.
Nah, Blaze is the only one I use, so...
Oh, I'm sure. That a lot of people are on that with you. Yeah, it's cool to see a new one.
I think it'd be cool. I know some people don't like the animation, but I think the animation looks good. So
they did not show a lot of.
Yeah, it's pretty good,
right? It was like 3 seconds of gameplay, right?
Yeah,
around.
Or we're seeing the kick. That's all I can really remember is the spinning kick.
Was it just me, or was Alex chubby in the gameplay? Like, was his character model kind of...
He looks older, so...
Yeah, I know, but, like, did he have some heft to him?
Maybe it's the beard.
Yeah, I know, but, like, the character model in-game. But, yeah, we didn't see very much. It just could have been a trick of the eye or something.
Mm-hmm.
That could be amusing, though, if he was just out of shape.
I think the story is he's coming out of retirement or something like that.
That would fit.
But no, it looks good to me. I'm hoping it's good. I think they earned that .emu and a Lizard Cube earned the trust of Sega to work with their dead properties. So it'd be cool if they have an option to go to 16-bit, or whatever. But it's up to them.
I almost had to ask what this cable was for. I couldn't remember, but I figured out it was Dreamcast.
Correct. And PS2, I think.
Yeah, PS2 fat, and I only have a slim here.
Mm.
Or PS1, which I don't have hooked up either because PS2. And PS3.
And PS4. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Learn magics. So I played through Detroit.
Uh-huh.
I liked it.
Yay. So, was it like makes you want to play other games by David? What's it, David Cage?
So I need to preface. I did not play. I had not played a David Cage game before. Because I know some people have some issue with some of his stuff being redundant and things like that. I didn't get that because I don't have any other experience. I'm intrigued to try some of his other stuff, although it sounds like Heavy Rain is not exactly a great example, according to a couple.
I heard lots of people who loved that game. I did not like it at all. But I also don't like Last of Us. I found it like Last of Us, where it's like I'm kind of playing a movie.
That is more than a movie than Last of Us is, though.
Way more.
Yeah.
It's also less of the game than Last of Us is.
Last of Us, you actually have to like dodge and do stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I just started the beginning of Last of Us, and that was all like felt like a movie, and then I turned it off because I couldn't play anymore.
I'm looking at this chord wipe down here.
But that's where the criticism of Heavy Rain came from. I think me and Kevin may not be the average player, so I don't think you should let that discourage you, Musty. I suspect you would enjoy Heavy Rain.
Yeah, I mean, so there's at some point I would like to go back and try playing again and just see what I can do differently. But I don't want to, it was a rental, so I played it over 5 days. It's about a 10-hour playthrough.
That's about Heavy Rain too.
Yeah, so I mean, I think, I think it's an eventually I'd like to go back to it, and far enough removed that I don't feel like I know what decisions I'm making. Like if I can just actually play it, however, which would be nice. I liked it. I liked the main characters, and I liked the. There's some stuff that I was unhappy with regards to how my story went, but I mean, you're totally up to making your decisions however you want to make your decisions. And so, yeah, the performances are very good. I will say that.
It's on my, I guess, my Black Friday pickup list. I'm looking for it to be on sale on Black Friday.
Yeah,
Because-
if I could find it for under 20,
Yeah.
I would grab it.
Because I figured it's got to be around 20 or below on Black Friday because it's been out long enough for it to be around there. You know, usually games that come out earlier in the year you can usually find for 15 to 20 around Black Friday. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to wait till Black Friday to snag it out and try it out. So
Yeah.
The only one of those games I've played is Indigo Prophecy. I have very little interest in the other ones.
So I picked that up too, and then Beyond Two Souls is the other one.
I did like Indigo Prophecy at the time. It's just I don't really have a lot interesting me in going back to his type of game. Not saying they're bad, just not for me.
mm-hmm.
So you guys kind of shadow dropped the November game of the month.
Yup.
That decision seemed to go by fairly quickly.
Well, we were hoping if anyone's going to play and has Prime that maybe they can, you know, jump on it. It was still the last day of Prime being available too. So
Yeah, I'll probably end up playing the first one during that month because I still haven't played the first Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
I could really mix it up and go with Revolver, but
I don't think you need to play that one. I've played that one briefly, and that one definitely seems. If you play Redemption and then you play Revolver, Revolver definitely seems almost like. Granted, it's PS2, but it seems almost like playing an NES game, then going to like your PS2 era. Basically, it seems like that big of a jump, in my opinion.
yeah,
Of quality of game.
much more antiquated.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I am going to be getting Red Dead 2, but I'm getting it for my mom, so she's probably going to be playing that.
So to get a 3-word review in.
Does she even have Twitter?
No, thankfully.
Just give it to her. To say, hey, Mom, if you give it a 3-word review, what would you say for this game?
Yeah, you can do a 3-word review by proxy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mom says.
if I was going to ask her while she was playing the game, it would probably be leave me alone.
That's actually a good one to put on Twitter. My mom's 3-word review is leave me alone.
Anyway. I cannot think of a damn thing to talk about today.
Talk about how awesome God of War is.
Yeah.
It is good. I think I'll leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
Has that episode of a podcast I will not name gone up yet?
I think it's tonight.
Okay. I'm a few episodes behind. That should be a fun listen.
Yeah, it should be.
I'm sure the person who played God of War will have a fair and honest review and go into great detail on why he doesn't like the game.
So no one on that show.
No.
No, and the problem is that Richard's going to be totally turned off by the comments, and he's going to be like, well, why should I even bother playing God of War 2 then?
He wasn't going to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what his take on the
know he
first one
wouldn't,
was.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't remember if he liked it or not. I know he had a lot of issues at first because he couldn't get it running. And I think it was like really difficult at first for him. Like he was finding it too hard or unfair or something. I don't remember. I could be thinking of a completely different game or a completely different conversation. I have no idea. Been a bit. I actually do kind of want to play those original ones again. It's been a long time.
I'm just thinking. I'm playing Mario Tennis Aces. That's a good time. I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
I thought I was at the final boss, but turns out there's another final boss.
Ah,
The final boss.
Yeah. Because I was like, I just got on right before I came here, basically. And I was like, yes.
I keep
and then
hearing
also,
that game has several big difficulty spikes.
yeah. Right at the end.
Okay.
Boom Boom.
Boom Boom was the tough one. I decided for these tough guys that I decided that I'm only gonna go after, because there is a new gimmick in the game, is that the spike, granted it's motion controls, but I've been aiming the spike at them to break their rackets.
Yep.
As opposed to going in, it's a lot easier than taking them on in a regular tennis match if you do the spikes and break their rackets, because if they're knocked out, they can't compete against you. So
That
Yeah,
sounds
that's-
like what Nintendo probably intended, because they like gimmicks. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised it's not a motion control flick.
Nintendo? Gimmicks? No. They never do that. It's not like they do it every single system.
But if I play with a friend and I know you can turn it off, that wouldn't be turned on at all. That'd just be straight off, because that's horseshit. So, but definitely have to go to GameStop tomorrow, see if I can find any games.
Any thoughts on Dominic Monaghan and Matt Smith joining Star Wars Episode 9?
The Hobbits is.
And the Doctor. Or Skynet, depending on which movie or show you've watched. Oh, crap.
Drive Shaft.
What?
That's the band from Lost.
Well, I didn't watch a whole heck of a lot of Lost.
I tried 20 minutes of one episode and gave up.
That's unfortunate.
I think I got like halfway through season 1, but then went off Netflix, so I couldn't really do anything about it.
But Derek, thank you for not just calling it garbage and boring.
No, I have bigger gripes than that with the episode that I watched.
The pilot, though? Oh, man.
That's what it was. It was just a random episode. Someone's like,
Oh, you
gotta
just watched a
watch this
random...
show.
Okay, sorry. Okay. I thought...
No, it was logic flaws that bothered me.
Well, sure. I understand that.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know.
I thought you watched the
context
pilot.
at all.
Yeah, that's a show that it's almost impossible to jump into the middle of. So I get that.
No. So this was like totally not even story at all. It was just there was an airplane crashed, and I saw a jet engine start up and suck somebody in or something like that. But the airplane was in pieces, and the motor was nowhere near, and the fuel tank was nowhere near. And I'm like, fuck this show.
Yeah, I feel like from what I've heard about the show, if that was too much, you wouldn't have liked the rest of it.
Exactly. So I didn't bother. That was
Okay.
that was too
You
long.
were watching the pilot. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I had
that's-
no idea. I just saw that and I'm like, no, never. I don't like shows that don't make like logic. You know what I mean? Like breaking
Yeah.
logic bothers me. if it has its own logic and it establishes that that's something different, but usually I expect that to be done beforehand, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
See,
it's like
I was willing to accept it because I saw the island and I saw what was going on there. So I was like, maybe that has something to do with that island. So
more than likely.
Yeah.
But
I
know
enjoyed
what
it.
mean, where it's like if it's like science fiction or fantasy, or it's like got its own universe and its own logic, then you can kind of accept it if it's not like something that would work that way in our universe. But if it's like people shipwrecked on a freaking island with a plane.
The example I always give of establishing logic, even though it doesn't make sense in our world, it does in theirs, but it only works because they stick to it, is the TV show Pushing Daisies, which was awesome. And it stuck to its own logic and didn't break its own rules and used its own rules in fun ways.
Yeah, you know what's really interesting for like logic leaps? Like where it's like, okay, clearly this is being goofy sometimes, where it's like it's not our universe and it shouldn't bother anyone for that making sense, but they keep going back and forth. Comics, where it's like it's not consistent, but it's consistently inconsistent. Like whether someone can talk in space. Like with no suit on at all.
That would drive me nuts. I would just quit right there.
Yeah, like it's like, okay, if I'm reading a book from the 60s, fine, I get it. But if I'm reading a book from like 2017 and there are people just flying around, no suits on whatsoever, they're perfectly fine and they're talking to each other, what the
What happens if they're like some kind of space fish that have gills, so it makes them allowed to breathe in space and they can talk that way?
Or they don't breathe oxygen?
Yeah, they breathe like space air.
Space air.
Well, at that point, it's an alien. At that point, it's an alien creature, not a human.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
You're willing to accept that if it's an alien creature, then, Derek?
Sure, but again, it has to stick with its own logic, right?
Yeah.
So later on, it can't contradict that.
Yeah, like it can't talk on Earth. There's something like air like kills it or something like that. But space air, no, that's perfectly fine.
Exactly.
And we thought the weakness in science was bad.
Water.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. I don't think anyone cares.
I liked that movie until the ending. I was like, oh, really? This is it?
Yeah. What's a lamer weakness than water? Air.
And that's happening, right?
Maybe. What's a worse weakness than air? The color yellow. Green Lantern.
Oh,
no joke. He is weak against anything that's the color yellow. Or he was. God, that's bad.
Take this highlighter.
Yeah, he could be defeated by an office supply store. Just That's actually a hilarious image.
What's the Yellow Lantern's weakness? Because all of them like have a color weakness, don't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't read Green Lantern. I always kind of found it. I like the idea, but then I think about it more, and it's kind of lame. So
yeah, I don't have any issues with Green Lantern, but it's just that weakness is weird. Anyway, hey Eric.
The marvelous Mighty Q Dog. Looks like we lost Eric.
Yep, again.
Guess that charger wasn't good enough.
Hello.
Hello.
For some reason, this thing always picks the wrong speakers, so I can't ever hear when I first join. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
I actually liked the Green Lantern cartoon they did a few years ago, the CGI one.
What about the Green Lantern movie?
Not so much.
I like Baldwin joins the Joker movie.
God, that sounds so weird. On every possible level.
It's gonna be
that?
Todd Phillips, the director from Old School and Road Trip and The Hangover.
Sweet Jesus.
In And the G.G. Allen documentary.
So that director,
Mhm.
Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker,
hmm
and Alec Baldwin as a version of Thomas Wayne inspired by Trump.
And really inspired by Trump. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, apparently he's a Trump-like businessman. It's like, that's Batman's dad. Where are you going with this?
I know, and De Niro's in it too.
Oh, for
Oh, and Mark Maron's in it too. And Zazie
it's
Beetz.
going to be a clusterfuck with a great cast.
Yeah. Well, and Scorsese is producing it too. So
I knew he was involved in one of them. There's
Yeah.
multiple Joker movies happening, by the way.
yeah, but this is the only one I have general interest in. So
Do we know anything about the other one?
the Jared Leto one,
Oh God, they're doing him again.
they're doing him and Harley Quinn. It's like
Yep.
Yep.
I don't really have anything against Jared Leto. I just don't think they use him well in that. His version of the Joker is real strange, and I'm not sure it's his fault.
I don't think it was well received, but then again,
No.
Suicide Squad made a ton of money because of the Hot Topic crowd going to see it. So
Oh God, that's the only superhero movie I've watched and forgotten I watched 2 days later.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I watched that on Netflix, and then 2 days later was the Hangout, and we were talking about what movies we had watched recently. I could not, for the life of me, figure out what I had watched. I knew I had watched a movie, but I could not remember what it was.
Hmm.
That is the most bland superhero movie I have ever seen in my life. And that includes stuff like the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. At least that was amusing. Maybe not intentionally, but it was amusing.
Just seeing it. I think there's another Joker movie news here. Just seeing if I can find it. Not seeing it.
Who even thinks a Joker origin is a good freaking movie? I don't know if it's going to be an origin, but... Hello again, Derek.
This time my phone didn't die. My Wi-Fi died, and my phone was going over data, so I had to quickly disconnect and reset the Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I was going to say third charger is the charm.
No, this one's I'm at 11% now, so it's good.
Yay.
I'm charging from a battery pack, which is
I think you stopped charging from the battery pack. Yeah, it is completely cut off.
Yeah, you guys probably my stupid phone being dumb or something.
Yeah. It's like you picked up the battery pack, it's like, I'm charging for a battery pack, freeze.
Yeah, whatever. I said, hi, Eric. That's all other thing I said.
So there's a story right here saying Halo has a chance of being included into the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Hello, Derek. Sorry.
Which is funny because
Well, that's the other one.
I mean, yeah, it is the other one, but
They already
Master
added-
Chief Collection has already 5 different Halos in it.
Yeah, they already added ODST as DLC.
I wonder if it's a free download. Is
Nope.
it? No.
Or it wasn't before. But I think it was like $5 or something really minimal.
Hmm.
Now it's Canadian, so it's probably not much of anything. Be cool if it was included in the Game Pass version, though. Especially since people had to wait so long for the update.
Well, I wonder if the patch fixed some of the issues, because I thought that was one of the things that we're working on.
yeah, that was the big thing. Was all the like matchmaking and stuff was supposed to be cleaned up.
I don't want to put that back on my new Xbox because that last time it was over 100 gigs before the 4K update.
Yeah. Back to the movies for a second. I don't know why they think a Joker movie is a good idea. One or multiple. He's not really a character that's ever worked on his own.
No, I mean, I guess it'd be more like, I guess, with an amazing cast, you'd be building this world around him, right? So,
Yeah.
Jack
I guess-
Nicholson?
That would probably be better.
where do we get a load of me?
Do you know who's playing him in this movie, Derek?
No. I probably won't recognize the name anyway.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
The guy who
haven't really
played,
No.
the guy who played Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that's the last movie I can think of that he was in, right?
Gladiator.
Her?
Also, that's also.
Now my Wi-Fi's broken again. I'll be back.
Walk
Wasn't there another movie he was in before? Her?
Yeah.
With the AI thing? Oh, that's going to be a weird movie. The thing with that is, it makes me think, like, the reason like they're going like villain movies now is like, well, we've screwed up every time we've tried to make a sympathetic character, so we might as well just go villain.
Well, have you ever heard DC Talk where they said the one thing we do better than our competition is the villains? And I'm like, well,
Oh, I thought you meant DC Talk like the band.
Hmm?
no.
idea.
Someone out there just guffawed at that comment. So, let's just.
Well, you've got an audience of 4 to have a chance of getting that reference, so we'll see. I actually don't know how many, if any, people are watching right now. 1. That might be one of us.
It might be Melissa.
Yeah, I can't imagine why a lot of people aren't watching this right now. This is completely a riveting conversation.
I'm watching people jump into some man's head while he's dreaming. This is weird. Weird game.
Yep. If I didn't know you were playing Final Fantasy, that wouldn't narrow it down all that much, which is really weird.
Which one's he playing?
6.
Oh.
Melissa she says I am, but I missed the comment. His comment.
Missed Musty's joke.
Mm-hmm.
Talking of a band called DC Talk.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about DC Comics.
Detective Comics?
Yep. I get the logic between why they shortened it to that, but it's still hilarious.
I am interested in this Holmes and Watson movie, though.
The Will Ferrell and
John C. Reilly one?
yeah, isn't it called Homies?
I think it's called Holmes and Watson.
Okay,
Yeah.
there was an image.
There's a poster, yeah, the poster
Yeah.
was.
I would almost rather it be that stupid title, just because at least then you would know what you're in for.
Oh, I already know what I'm in for. I see the cover. It looks like Step Brothers, but it's Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Yep. I hope people like it. I have no interest.
I love Step Brothers. I think it's fantastic. I did like Talladega Nights as much as first, but now over the years I've grown to love it.
I couldn't get into either of those movies. I don't know why. It just does not appeal to me.
Shake and Bake?
I don't even get that reference.
Shake and Bake.
Less obscure than DC Talk as a reference, I assume.
Shake and Bake. Yeah, that's a Talladega Nights reference there. Sorry. Shake and Bake. Looking for news, looking for topics. Hello, Miss Lady. Sorry, Melissa, I must have missed that reference from Talladega Nights. But I still love the part where he talks about the ghosts being in Ricky Bobby's old house.
Why would you want to listen to the stereo when you're watching the TV? Because I like to party.
Oh. Dude, I think your house is haunted. It can't be haunted. It's a brand new house. Ooh.
Apparently, they changed the weapon system in Destiny 2.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
That could be good, that could be bad. We won't know until we play it. If we go back and play it. Especially with so many games coming out right now, I have just no interest in going back to Destiny 2. With Forsaken coming out, not a thought to it at all. Which really sucks.
It could have been nice if they released it probably in June, because we're in a kind of a dry spell right now, if you ask me.
Yeah, but then it would have been rushed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying if they could have had it done.
Yeah.
I think September is when everything starts to dropping. You know, September, October is gonna be kind of hectic.
Yeah, it's like coming out the same day as Dragon Quest 9. Nope, Dragon Quest 11, and the fact that 10 didn't come out here is still messing with me. And a few days before Spider-Man, just not a good time to release anything. I mean, it's great for people whose only game is Destiny 2, which that's unfortunate, but at least they have something new to play.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish Destiny 2 was good. Like, in the long term. It's good in the short term.
I guess that's the general, the fan base isn't there like it was for the first game. The fans love the first game, so.
After the DLC happened, which is kind of what everyone's hoping happens with this one, because it's been following the same kind of path, where it was like the base game was really shallow, which wasn't as much the case with 2, but still it was like you complete the story and you're almost kind of done. And then they had the first 2 DLC packs, which were cut content from the original game and sucked, which I can confirm, having played both DLC packs for the new one. Ugh. God, those are bad. And then they had Taken King for the first one, and that's when it really got good. So that's when people started really liking it. So hopefully Forsaken does that for 2, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Because like they rebooted it, and not only did they wipe all your progress from the first game, they also just completely repeated all the same mistakes, which could be an Activision problem, but it's just, God, that's disappointing. Destiny 2 really is fun in the short term. Like when you're going through the campaign, you're experiencing stuff for the first time and just kind of leveling up your character a little bit. And then the more you play it, the more problems you notice, and then you realize you've just completely hit a wall with no content that's worth playing, and it just becomes tedious and boring. I really hope that that's not the case for Forsaken. But I am not buying that DLC until I see reviews for it. Anyway.
Eric, did you buy your tickets for Portland yet?
Yes, I did. I bought them the Monday I got back from C3.
Is there a cutoff date for that yet? Or
not that I'm aware of, but they did indicate that they thought they might sell out.
Of what? The weekend pass?
The ticket, yeah, they might sell out. They can only have so many people come to the thing, and I don't know that they've ever sold out before, but the website, when I looked at it, did say something about selling out. I don't know how real that thread is, but you might want to take a look at it and get the tickets ordered. At least I believe that the pre-order ticket prices are cheaper than at the door.
Let's take a look at this fine detail wording here.
Yeah, I guess I in the past I've always bought the tickets for you guys because they had that family deal, but they're not doing that this time.
Mm-hmm. Just looking to see if there's any sellout warnings here. Your attendance, it says your attendance is guaranteed in the events of a sellout.
What does that mean?
We were very close to capacity at 2017. And this may be the year we have close to ticket selling. Yeah, we were close to ticket sales, sellout crown. I doubt it'll sell out, but I think because 2017 was the first year it went. You know, I mean, I could see why it might have sold out because I was there. You know?
No. You went in 2016 also.
Yeah, but I was also there in 2017, and because I was there, you know, the word must have got out, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so are you waiting to purchase your passes?
Well, I figure I could always wait, but that's the thing. The thing is, it seems like 2016 had a bigger attendance than 2017, but that's just me, you know. And I thought that's maybe because of AVGN, but
was he there in 16 or 17?
Yeah, he was there in 16.
And not last year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't remember. I don't pay attention. All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I guess if you have a good reason to wait, go ahead.
And this may be the year where we have close to ticket sales due to a sellout crowd.
Is there a doubt that you're coming?
I'll be there. Just I'm lazy. That's all.
All right. Okay, well.
I have my airplane tickets purchased. I can't see why they would be at capacity. It always seems that there's plenty of space to walk around, you know?
Yeah. I imagine it has something to do with fire codes.
Maybe they actually almost got called on it last year or something.
I have no idea.
I mean, there are people doing clicks, you know, when you walk in, when you have to go, you know, do your Wayne's World pass thing where you show your pass when you walk back in after you walk out, you know?
All right. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, there's that Chewbacca guy. He's pretty tall, so he probably took up two people or something, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Chewbacca.
Well, Musty, did you buy your passes?
I haven't yet, but I will move faster.
Faster than Ryan?
Probably.
What is this? PRG announces collector cards for 2018. Did you see this?
Yeah, because I got one at MGC.
Yeah. I guess it's because it says MGC has one right here. I did not see this at MGC.
You had to go to there was actually a booth. There was a guy from Portland Retro Gaming Expo. He had a booth.
I did see the table for PRG.
Yeah, he had them. I haven't seen him anywhere else, though. I don't know if I missed it, a game on, or I know you're supposed to go to some stores around here to get it. So I don't know why it was at MGC, but I have one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like card number 1, too. It's a pretty early one. It's an early number. I'll have to look it up. It's the Magnavox Odyssey.
Magnet box?
Yeah, Magnet box.
And Sorny.
Sorny. A Sorny, yeah. It's a Panaphonic and a Sorny, yeah.
Yeah. The Pink Gorilla's got them, apparently.
Yeah.
Guardian Games.
Yeah, suffice it to say, I won't be getting very many more of them because I'm not driving around to find them.
You're not going to go to Ground Control?
No.
To Major Town?
If I could find the one that maybe had the Master System one, I might do that, but I doubt I would even do that. Maybe there'll be a big trade. Maybe there'll be a big black market for them at the expo. People will go and trade their cards for different. I should have grabbed a bunch of them at MGC.
And be hustling them.
Yeah.
Hey man,
trade 5 of them for
an MGC card, man. What are you looking for? Yeah.
They might be rare.
These are hot.
It took I mean, all things considered, it was fairly expensive to get that card.
Is there a theme to this year's Portland?
I don't think
Last
if
year
there is one.
Last year was 40 years of Atari.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think that they always do a theme. I know last year they did, and then one year they did back 30th of the NES, but I don't know. Maybe it's 2018. Who knows? What would that be? I don't know. I don't know if there's a theme.
Master Schedule is still not out?
Yeah. Dude, the auction schedule for Game On wasn't out the day the auction was being held.
What kind of jabroni's running this show?
Yeah. They usually do it just a couple weeks out.
Pro Jared, that guy still around?
Oh, yeah.
I want to see what's on the auction.
All million of his subscribers.
Was he at PRG last year? I don't know if he was last year.
I don't know. He's been there a couple times. I've seen him there a couple times.
If it seemed like he fell off the face of the earth for a while on YouTube, I think it was because he was moving, and then his house or apartment or whatever, like they had water damage and everything, like the roof caved in. So it's like he was a little busy.
Yeah.
At that time. Just figured I'd mention that because that was just a thing that happened semi-recently, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Because they have them as like the third block or second block here for, I guess, people expected to be there. I'm just wondering if they just didn't change some of these down because I'm seeing some of the same people from last year. Just checking out the PRG page.
Yeah. Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Did Pat announce his Super Nintendo book? I know.
I have no idea.
I see the Ultimate NES Guide is apparently a sponsor for PRGE.
Ultimate Super NES.
Nobody likes that console anyways. Nintendo Ultimate Guidebook. Oh, Genesis book.
Yeah. Well, I went after the Master System one.
Funny thing is because there really is a complete Super Nintendo book.
What's his name?
The Jeffrey guy or something.
Yep. Willingham?
Mm-hmm.
What now?
There's already a Super Nintendo compendium, and now there's going to be like 3 all at once.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Whittingham,
Oh, okay.
I think.
So it sounded similar to the name of the author of Fables, so I got thrown for a second. Wasn't paying attention.
Did you guys do your pickups?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Would you like me to show you my pickup again?
Sure.
It's right here.
What?
Yep.
You got an Xbox One X?
Yep. Couldn't stand living in non-4K, so.
Did you do the GameStop deal?
Yep. Traded in my old VCR for it.
Just out of curiosity, I didn't ask when you showed it initially, how does the transfer process work for that?
How so?
Like transferring your stuff from your original model to the new one? Is it just all cloud stuff, or?
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you basically just sign in with your profile, but then you have to re-download.
Yeah.
Do you require live in order to keep your saves on cloud service?
I don't think so. I think I could sign in and re-download Overwatch if I really wanted to.
What about your saves?
That's what I was curious about mostly. The games you just reinstall.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if cloud saves are a just generic live feature or if it is a
gold feature.
Gold feature.
It seems to default to cloud, but then again, I've never not been on gold, so no idea. Hopefully it's cloud.
And the funny thing is, though, this is just a sleeve that's on top of it right here, because then you get the base box. Yeah.
I mean, why reprint the box? There's no point. Just put the sleeve over it. It's fine.
Because this is the one I always see at Best Buy. So.
That's the same one I have.
But yeah, that's the only bundle they had was the PUBG one at the moment. So, but I'm fine with it. I'll just go with that. So.
The only pickup of mine worth reshowing would be Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Still
cool. Came out today.
Yeah, I'd like to get that game.
I need to get 2 and 6, but those are... I'm aiming for Black Friday to pick them up, so...
Yeah. I would wait on 6 until the other ones come out.
Yeah.
There's really no point, unless you're a diehard on it, of getting it before 3, 4, and 5 are re-released.
Or if I could find it at a good sale price, or something.
Yeah, or you can get like the Essence of Art edition at a sale price. Because that edition's cool. You don't really need the glasses and coasters and stuff, but I got that edition because that's just goofy and I like it.
Is it for sure they're re-releasing 3, 4, and 5?
Yep.
For PS4?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're already out in Japan, I believe, but they're just...
Right.
It's just going to take a while to translate them and bring them over. Plus, we've gotten feels like 4 Yakuza games this year, so maybe a break.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
We have gotten 4 in the last 2 years, so 2 a year. Yeah, maybe wait until next year to get the other ones. Because it was 0 in Kiwami, and then it was 6 in Kiwami 2.
Right.
And they're also apparently gauging interest in bringing out Kenzan or Kenzan and Ishin in English for the first time, which are spin-off titles we've never gotten before.
Okay, thank you. Because I had no idea what you're talking about.
Essentially, how I understand it, short version, is they're feudal Japanese setting versions, like kind of samurai Ronin type setting. And I guess it's the Yakuza characters inhabiting the roles of historical figures from that period, and you play it kind of like a period drama, like where the characters are playing roles of other people.
Okay.
So this is kind of just an odd side series.
This Master System book looks pretty awesome right here. If I was a Master System fan, I would be all about it.
If you were a Master System fan, you'd what?
Be all about this right here.
Well, I did kickstart it. It's the only thing I've ever kickstarted.
Well, you did.
Although I did it after it was funded.
Did you? You did do it. You did what's called study under the master. So.
Yeah. Sure.
If you look under Pat's Kickstarter page, you can find his real last name. Spoiler, it's not Country.
What is it?
Is it Super Country?
No, but Country is a part of his last name. I don't know if I can pronounce it.
Okay.
Really long.
Contraband?
Spaghetti.
No. It's not spaghetti.
Lasagna.
Almost. So seeing if I can pull it back up here, because I was just looking at see if he actually had. I thought he was talking about doing a Super Nintendo book for a long time. Here it is. I'll put it in the group chat here because I can't pronounce it.
Okay.
I'm guessing Musty can't pronounce it either.
Wow. That's a heck of a name.
Yeah. I can see why he shortened it.
Yeah, seems a little easier. I can't even make a joke out of that. Holy crap.
Do I have a thesaurus here? Or a, where's the robot that does that near pronunciation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't audio spike doing that joke about that title.
Near. Because I thought the NES bug was good. It's just that maybe just the general interest maybe didn't hit his goal for the Super Nintendo one. Or I know it did take him a few years and did have a few contributors for that book, but and I wouldn't buy it because I'm not that big of a Super Nintendo fan. Did you find out the name of that? I forgot. I think Jeremy texted us the name of that new place that took over Fatheads.
Yeah, he did, and I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but
With another like brewery restaurant.
Yeah.
I've been doing a fair amount of searching too. Like, there's Deschutes and Rogue. Like, those are both pub and breweries.
Mm-hmm.
The Shoots.
Deschutes. These two shoots.
As long as it doesn't as long as it doesn't give you the shits.
It's the name of a river or something.
It's good stuff.
Okay. I have been ordering a ton of stuff from Best Buy.
How much longer do you have your GCU for?
About 10 days.
I have it to the, I think the 13th. I have it to the 13th.
Of September?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's only a few days longer than mine, yeah. So, yeah, I've been ordering a ton of stuff.
Man, it you know, the only thing that gets me is that I asked, like, the day I went to go buy God of War, I asked about renewing it, if they can check how much longer I had on it, because I didn't know how long it was, and they're like, I don't know how to check on that for you. And then eventually, of course, that week or the day it gets announced, I found out through whatever Twitter that you can actually check by signing into your account if you have an online account, and sure enough, there it was. I was like, I should just renewed it. I should just set it then and there, and went ahead for another 2 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I wish I had done it too.
Kicking myself. Granted, I have a friend who has it still, so I can mooch off his for 2 years because he just renewed it back in April. But it's something about I want those reward points, you know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Is that still they're still doing reward points, are they not?
Yep.
Because the stuff that I ordered yesterday and today is not showing up yet, and I'm used to it showing up, at least showing up as pending within 24 hours, but it's not even showing that I bought anything. So I'll keep an eye on it, but I may have to call them up.
Give me those points, asshole.
That's right. I want those points because I need a $5 certificate.
That's right.
Okay.
Are you pre-ordering a bunch of stuff still through GameStop right now, or Best Buy for this stuff, or?
Yes, I pre-ordered. The Super Smash bundle.
The one with the controller?
Yeah, because it turns out that because it's got the game in it, it's eligible.
Mm-hmm.
So it knocked the whole thing 20% off, which I really liked. So I pre-ordered that. I've pre-ordered Metroid Prime 4 and the Ridley Amiibo. I did that a while ago. There's no way I'm not getting that game. And I pre-ordered The World Ends With You for Switch.
What game is that one?
It is an old Nintendo DS RPG by Square, and they're porting it to the Switch with some added content. And I pre-ordered one other thing, which I cannot seem to remember right now. Let me check it if you don't mind.
The Switch Pro controller is $70.
The Pro is 70. Are you on its own? The
I'm
special editions?
Yeah, I'm just looking right now, holding up the price. Because with GCU, that'd be 112 for that bundle. Well, that Smash Pro controller is 75.
Yeah, the Pro they're usually more expensive. The special edition.
Wasn't there something like they changed the D-pad on the like that Splatoon one? I thought, or
that was the claim that the D-pad was different, but I don't know.
I
have the Xenoblade Chronicles.
one, right?
I have the Xenoblade one and the regular one, and we bought them both at the same time, and I don't know if I can tell the difference. That's not to say that there isn't a difference or that there is. I just can't tell. No, that's it. I only pre-ordered those two things. The World Ends With You, Super Smash, and then I bought a bunch of stuff, and then a Metroid Prime 4. So, yeah, I guess I've only pre-ordered those two things. Because the other stuff that's coming out this year, I'm not ready to play it yet. And I am fairly confident that it will it'll go down in price before I'm ready to buy it anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not going to, for example, I'm not going to pre-order Red Dead Redemption now for $48 because by the time I'm ready to play it, I'm certain I can get it for $48 or under. And I also want the Game of the Year edition.
Nice red case for you.
Well.
Did you see Spider-Man's already got their DLC coming out within like just over a month?
Yeah, but I hear it's just skins. I hear it's just like your different costumes or something.
Are you guys getting that on day one?
Yes.
Ryan, do you have a Pro, PS4 Pro?
I do. That's the main reason why. Like my OCD was kicking in for the Xbox One X.
Oh, because you've been playing in 4K on the Pro.
And I was just like, you know what? I can't have not having two 4K stations here. You know. So I do wish. I know some people wanted that the see-through blue one and everything, but granted it has 2 terabytes in it too, but I rather have had the Spider-Man one. I do like the look of the Spider-Man Pro. But
I like the one in the limited edition.
But I ultimately wanted to get mine for essentially the trading credit I had at GameStop and not pay $1 more. So,
Well, yeah, that makes a big difference.
So that's why I just went with the one I did last Black Friday. So
I'd rather get the one with 2 terabytes.
You can always just plug a USB port into it. So,
yeah.
I have like 4 or 8. So
it actually works better than I thought it would.
So that's what I'm probably going to do eventually.
I'm having a hard time giving up my original Xbox because it has the Kinect port. And I know people hate the Kinect, but I don't. I use it for voice commands all the time. So
turn on.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I do use it for that. And
Xbox, you are turning me on.
I was trying to use the search yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw. I messaged you guys and said, "Where the hell is Games with Gold now? I can't find it." And I'll be damned if I'm going to search each individual game. I did find it, by the way. It's under the Xbox Gold. Apparently, there's an Xbox Live Gold app.
They just added that. I think.
Well, thank goodness, because it has a Net Games with Gold link on it that will bring you to the old Games with Gold page. But I was trying to do the voice search to hope that maybe Cortana would bring up the right page, but it wasn't. It wasn't even bringing it up properly. In any case, I'm reluctant to get rid of my Xbox One because it has the Kinect port, and I don't have the now outrageously expensive adapter. So I'm going to be disappointed. That's going to be one thing that's going to bug me about the Xbox One X.
Derek was flaunting his earlier.
Well, Derek can sell me it for a reasonable price. He won't.
Like a good friend.
Yeah, right.
I'm
I don't
still
know.
bummed. I'm still bummed that Best Buy deal didn't work.
Yeah. It sucked. That sucked. Anyway, congratulations on the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. Someday I'll get into 4K TV, and then I will be
You stop being an
champing
amateur.
at the bit to get the 4K systems.
You stop being an amateur.
I can stop being an amateur. I can be a pro. I was
Mhm.
hoping to be a pro this week. I was a little down, a little brought down when I saw Scott VG Collectonic post his picture.
Brad also got one today.
Oh, I wish I had not forgotten last Thursday night.
I wish I'd remembered to vote in that poll with Champagne versus Chomping at the bit.
What would your vote have been?
Champagne.
Really? You would have been like one of two people who voted for it. Everybody else said
It sounds
chomping.
wrong, but it's correct. I don't know what it means, but like what the difference is between chomping, but still. I just know that that's a thing that I've been corrected on before.
Anyway. Yeah, I was hoping to be a pro, but I am still an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll get some good Black Friday deals.
Random aside, have you tried Shadow of Mordor or anything yet? Because I know you picked up Shadow of War last week.
Oh, yeah. No. The short answer is no, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I wanted to... Actually, I haven't played very many games at all, and I am really seriously tempted to go start Doom. And I'm still in the middle of Axiom Verge. So I probably won't start it anytime soon. I'm sorry to say.
That's fine. I was mostly asking because I assume you got it on a sale, the gold edition.
Yeah,
I can't remember what the price was, but the definitive edition dropped just out of nowhere today.
I saw that, and I looked, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" So first of all, the gold edition was going for $70 US, and then Best Buy dropped it to $20, and so I got it for 20% off of that. So I got it for $16, which I'm really pretty happy with if it's truly a $70 game, which is what they're trying to sell it for now. The definitive edition, I can't tell what the difference between that and the gold edition is because they both apparently come with 4 sets of DLC. Apparently there's 2 story DLC and then 2 things called Nemesis DLC.
Yeah, for the Nemesis system, it's like the enemies, like they can rank up if they kill you or you kill them, and it's kind of a rank system. It's interesting, but kind of a pain in the ass. Like every time you die, you see a window in the first one at least, where it's like it goes like all the enemies are ranking up, and it's like crap.
Yeah. Well, what's the DLC do?
It's I think the Nemesis system is probably just like more enemies and varieties of missions, and the other ones are different story packs following different characters.
Yeah.
I assume the difference would be, without looking it up, would be that the gold edition, because that came out at launch, I think. So that came with like a season pass probably. Is that version you got is probably a code, and the new one's probably on the disc.
Oh, yeah. I might prefer it on the disc, but since everything gets installed anyway, I don't care as much anymore. And
it would be a lot more.
Oh yeah, and yeah, the definitive edition I think is going for
full price.
Full price. So for like I said, for $16, I'm pretty happy with the purchase.
Oh yeah, it was a good grab.
I'm not gonna swear too much. And
there's also a Mordor sale or a Middle Earth sale on Xbox One right now, but I don't think that would be cheap enough for you to really like upgrade or change which version you are gonna get.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
How much you paid before? It does not matter. I don't think your save transfers between games anyway.
Oh well, I'm on PS4.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
Yeah.
So I've been getting a lot of stuff. Getting a lot of stuff through Best Buy before that thing ends, and the GameStop deals that Musty keeps telling me about have been very tempting.
Got the inside scoop.
Yep.
See what else they want to tell me when I go in there tomorrow.
You're gonna hope for some price changes and then get that 3 for $25 deal. Yeah.
That's what I am. I may just pull the trigger on a couple of those ones that we were talking about, just because. Like I don't feel like they'll ever do the like 20 like the $20 range. I don't see them doing a deal like this for the $20. It's them having a hard time unloading $15 games.
You're probably right. It's just that there was like Gravity Rush 2, they had it there, and I can't remember if that was one of the ones. It was like close to $15, but it was a little bit over. And there was another one that I was kind of interested in. I don't think it was Shadow of the Colossus. I think that one was much more. Anyway, I found a couple PS4 games I was interested in, but they were all like $18 or $19, and I was a little bummed out. But I should go back and look at the PS3 and Xbox, but I'm kind of done with. There's not much left I want on those.
And there's always the chance that, like now, like Bastion is getting, brought forward, and like all these other ones are getting new life. Yeah,
I might look into that. Although I think I have Bastion DLC on the Xbox, digitally.
Yeah,
and maybe that's the only way it was available. But I think, did that one come out with Games for Gold or something?
Probably. I didn't get it that way, but
I don't think it did.
Let me see. I might not have that one after all.
Physically, I know that the only way that you could get it before is limited run. That might be a recent thing. I don't remember.
Oh, no, I definitely don't know that. Let me see what it says about Bastion.
I have it on PS4 digitally from a while ago. And on PC, I think, or Mac. Same difference. At least as far as Steam is concerned. Anyway, I'll be right back.
According to this, I got Bastion. I bought it. How the hell did I get it? Because it's not Games for Gold. I just bought it on December 15th.
Probably flash sale.
It might have been, but I don't have a price listed.
Uh-oh.
That's trouble. Here, no.
You got Joe numbers.
Oh, I know why.
Cooking the books.
I bought it for $15. I bought it for $15. Now, this says I bought it on January 18th of 2016. Oh, yeah. I used up an expiring balance. I was getting notifications from Xbox that my account money was going to expire.
Was it from downloading Fallout 4 for free?
No. I remember that, but no, I don't know why they said it was expiring. It was like old Xbox 360 points or something.
Because they gave me like $10 as a way of saying I'm sorry because they had to take it off my console.
Yeah, no,
I didn't all
do
the season pass for free.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you did? You got to keep that?
No, I didn't because they took it off. I had it for like an hour and then they took it off.
Here, what happened was I bought it in January of 2016, and then in December, for some reason, I got it. This happened with a couple games too. It happened with Limbo, where I got the Xbox One version.
Oh yeah, they just like
for free
up and gave it to everybody.
Yeah, now, I don't know if it was actually upgraded at all, or if it was just ported, or it doesn't seem to be a backward compatible. I have it listed as an Xbox One game. Same with Limbo. In any case, I did buy Bastion digitally. Okay, enough of that. There are errors in the spreadsheet, though. I can tell you that much.
I don't like the sound of that. Cooking the books.
I do my best. No, I'm not cooking. I'm not doing Joe math or anything like that. But I might be doing a little Joe math.
The goal is listen to the episode. The goal of golf is to actually lower your score. That's one way of doing it.
That reminds me, I got to download Fandango.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love a fair and honest review of
God of War.
Yeah,
I would honestly be careful because Kevin was pretty wide open with spoilers.
Yeah, because he didn't care
on God of War.
Yeah, last week when we were here.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna play that game for like 3 years, so.
I mean, by that point, the stuff he said isn't going to be quite as critical. He also hasn't played beyond 3 hours of the game, so there's that too.
Yeah. So you're gonna get spoilers for about 3. No, he did, but he did remember go to watch videos of how it ends and everything too. So
Right.
Does he talk about how it ends?
Last week he was trying to. We tried to stop him.
I think he
Alright.
spoiled one thing. Are we talking about God of War again?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Briefly.
Mm-hmm.
I
No.
just said I.
To me, it was a
No,
big
sorry.
To me, it was a big part though last week of the game.
Yeah, it was, but it was like one thing. At least.
Well, I'll download it. I'll add it to the playlist, and I will put it under Polykill.
I'll have to decide how to talk about it on now for next week.
We're
You'll
talking
have to
about Fandango, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One of you guys that will probably eventually listen to it, and you can let Eric know if there's actually spoilers. It might be a little bit until I get to it, just because I'm a few behind.
Yeah, they did. How did you guys already listen to it?
We haven't.
You see the thumbnail?
He
Thumbnail
thought,
is a spoiler?
No, because he
No.
was here last week. He goes
he
here
was
last
on
week.
the Hangout.
On the
It
Hangout,
was-
we were talking, and he revealed the thing.
Oh, well, does he have spoilers in this podcast?
We don't know. Or at least I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me if he did.
Oh, I thought that's what you guys were talking about, that he does spoilers in this podcast.
I imagine he does though, because he didn't think he seemed to care last week.
Oh, that's
Oh,
what you
that's
meant. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I thought you were talking about the podcast spoilers. Okay, fine. I will. No, I'm not listening to last week Hangouts again.
Yeah, that's really a good plan.
Yeah, I sometimes re-listen to the parts I missed or listen to the parts I missed, but I'm not gonna be able to do that all the time.
Yeah, I think I let that conversation get away from me a little bit last week.
I thought you handled yourself well, personally.
It was fine, yeah.
I thought Kevin was a little overdoing it himself, and I thought you did a pretty good job of standing up.
Yeah, I get frustrated quicker than I should in those kinds of discussions.
Well, you're not going to get any fault from me because I'm like that too. So
I thought he was a little unreasonable about it, and I don't know. So
Yeah, I will say, just in terms of how that all played out that week, I'm gonna say I don't think the tweets themselves were the issue.
no, but he went back and looked at his tweets, and
Yeah, it's like,
I think he completely missed the mark. You know.
yeah, I think
So-
it's like, no, not to like keep bringing that up, like, this
Well,
one
but-
thing he's not going to listen to, but it's just,
I mean, that's how
Yeah.
the Fandango cycle will go, though, right? The comments will get made in on the podcast. It'll go into the forums, and then it'll come back for next week, and that like.
yeah.
So
But it's
we're already at the 2-week mark on that.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like he thought the text of the conversation was we were talking about like his tweets being too much. Maybe I said something like it was a little much, but I think if I said something like that last week, I think I was talking about like calling it boring was a little much, but not like making 2 tweets about it. That's not anything.
No, my comment was more of the because you didn't enjoy it 2 hours in, please don't exaggerate the truth so that other people who are on the fence don't decide to not do it.
Yeah, just like don't make the game sound like it's an utter piece of garbage just because you didn't like the camera and it couldn't get past 2 hours because you didn't like the pacing. Which, like, those are perfectly valid complaints. It's just like, it's just not for everybody. It's just like, that doesn't mean the game's terrible. You just don't like it, right?
Well, that and his argument that he thought the reviewers were being paid off for that.
Yeah,
game.
it's just like,
He didn't like
and
it.
that's-
But, you know, well,
Yeah,
it's just
like-
a game that you didn't like. It's it's
yeah,
what it
it's
was.
like-
You know.
and that's a really, that's a thing I'll take a hard stance on. That's a really ignorant and stupid stance. I'll say that outright, no matter who says it, because like that implies that any game that is reviewed high that you do not enjoy is paid for. So your opinion then, by that logic, becomes the only honest review of it, because by that distinction, anyone whose opinion is not that it's garbage is being false and being dishonest and potentially being paid. It's just like, that's the thing that bothers me, and it's not just Kevin. It's just like when people say honest review of such and such on YouTube, it's like, yeah, screw you. Because
Well-
it's like, it implies other people are being disingenuous, and it's just, pisses
That
me
was the reason with my follow up. I was over exaggerating on Horizon Zero Dawn because that game got significantly high scores, and I said I didn't like it. Now I was being over the top with it just to prove a point to Kevin, basically.
Okay.
Because I thought was being unreasonable, so I started kind of being unreasonable towards the game that I knew he liked because he's praised several times, thinking this game is fantastic, it's amazing. It was his game of the year. I didn't care for it, to be honest with you. It wasn't a bad game though.
Yeah, it's just
What game is that again?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's just for me. For me, it was very, I've seen it before. This is doing nothing new for me. It's kind of what it was. It was very, not saying it's a bad game. It's just for me. Yeah, especially with a year like last year, to me was bottom of the barrel compared to what I played already that year.
Yeah, it was a stacked year, so that's not even unreasonable.
So that's just my opinion. But I was doing that to prove a point, basically. This game was reviewed severely high. I think it's a little highly overrated, but that's just me. But hey, he loved it, and so did a lot of critics.
Yeah, so. And he's not going to say those reviews are paid for.
No, because he agrees with that one. So
yeah, and that's the thing that bothers me. We've already come this far, I might as well say. But it's just like it seems like just kind of a general habit of his. When he doesn't like a thing, that he'll just bash it unreasonably, and it's like that's fair to say that you don't like a thing. I think my critique of the way he critiques things is just I said last week, where it's just like the details on why you didn't like a thing sum up to like a thumbs down and a fart noise. It's like you're not really saying anything. You're just saying it's poo, and it's just like just saying it's boring and it's bad and it's slow doesn't really tell anyone anything. It just says you don't like it, and it just kind of comes off like you're just crapping on the thing. It's just not helpful for any kind of opinion. You know what I mean? You might as well just say, it wasn't for me. And then that's the end of your conversation. Because anything on top of that is it's poo, it's bad, it sucks, it's blah. It's all the same crap all over again. You know what I mean?
Well,
and this isn't Kevin only. It's like that's a thing I see all the time.
We also tried getting him to see how far he was in the game too. When talking about it, basically.
And then, of course, he pulled a Last Jedi and he watched videos of spoilers, and because he didn't care. And because he didn't care, he assumed no one else cared, so he just started bloating crap. I have feelings, apparently. I don't think Kevin's a bad dude, just to say. It's just we have disagreements on stuff.
Sure.
Frequently.
Well.
But, the tweeting about, how, you guys are crazy, that these 2 tweets is too much, it's like, that kind of irked me. It's just like, that he kind of misunderstood the entire conversation. And that irked me even more because he started the freaking conversation. I made a joke because I don't think I was even the one that brought up God of War last week. Sorry to cut off whoever I just cut off. But
he did.
Yeah, he made a comment in the he started with a comment in the chat, and I think that was just kind of he was probably joking about it. And then I don't think I even was the one that brought it up into the actual Hangout. I think Yoshi made a reference to him saying that, and then I made a joke about it. And then he popped on and started the conversation from there. It's like, if you feel like your opinion's going to be attacked, probably don't start the conversation,
Well, I think he had 3 people going against his opinion, basically. So then he felt...
Well, he might
attacked rather than just disagreed with. It's getting a little pissy with me on my end with this. It's just I didn't even feel like I could get him to concede that opinions were subjective during that entire conversation. It's like, yeah, you didn't like the camera, that's subjective. And it's like, no, it isn't. And it's like, okay, that's a little hard to argue against because you're not arguing anything.
Bill says he's loving this.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, though,
now people are watching.
To me, though, seeing that thumbnail makes me not even want to listen to the episode,
yeah,
to be honest.
I agree.
So.
It's just like...
Because I don't even want to. It seems like okay. I have my own. It sounds like I'm a giant baby, and
here's the thing. I don't care if you don't like a thing. That's fine. It's valid. Have your opinion. But if you're going to make it like you're just not even going to really have a discussion on a thing, you're not going to be critical. You're just going to be negative, and it's just going to be a slog to listen to. I don't want to freaking have it. There's way too much freaking negativity on the internet right now. If you're going to have a negative opinion, at least back it up with something that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not just Kevin. It's just there's been a lot of negativity online. It just irks me.
I think that was the point we were trying to make last week too, basically too.
Yeah, it's like you kind of gotta realize what, and it's like, yeah, it's not a huge audience, but he runs like one of the. Sorry if I'm cutting you off again, but he runs like one of the most popular side podcasts and one of the earliest out of the entire Cartridge Club. So it's like, yeah, it's not a huge freaking sample size, but you have a say that people listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of got to moderate your not moderate your opinion, not change your opinion to please other people, but like if you're going to talk about a thing, at least make some points and be reasonable about it, you know? Don't just crap on stuff.
P1 also says hello. Got a message from him, so because I said, "Hey, join the Hangouts," and he says, "No, he's going to work right now." In Italy.
Anyway, rant. By the way, I'm not like behind on the podcast because I'm pissy at Kevin or anything. It's just I've been catching up on other podcasts and trying to stick with like one at a time because I'm behind, like way behind on several others. So it's like I'm just trying to stick with one podcast and then move on to another one. So I've gotten a backlog of a lot of shows.
Understandable.
Yeah. There was a comics podcast, well, one of two. There was like nearly 70 episodes behind on just because I had been like on Cartridge Club stuff or just not listening to podcasts all that much for the longest time. So then
now we're getting an audience right here. Now we're starting to get an audience.
Things get heated and people start listening.
And right when I think we're going to round up the end of the show here, we're starting to get people to tune back in.
Yeah.
We just got a little bit more dirt with some people here.
Yeah, but just to finish, my point was just to say I've listened to all but one of the 70 episodes I was behind on over the last month or so by sticking with that one podcast. That is on double speed. I'm not just like only listening to podcasts for my entire life. I need to get caught up on a lot of stuff. Anyway, moving on.
Eric's back.
I am back. What shall we talk about?
How about that leopard purse behind you?
How about what?
That leopard purse behind you. Other arm.
Oh, is that showing up?
Yep. I hadn't noticed that until just now.
This is Melissa's, obviously.
Let's go. Let's see what's in there.
I don't think that's a good idea. She's gonna come barging in here.
Come on. Let's see what we got on here.
This is like cardinal rule number 1. You never do what I'm
show and tell.
There's nothing in here.
This is like you're gonna be like a magician. You're gonna be pulling out like umbrellas and
Well, I pulled out this lanyard because I thought maybe it was for the expo, but it's not. It's for nothing.
Look around that room here.
If you want to get something more controversial than talking about God of War, start going through your wife's purse.
Yeah. I can't believe she didn't run in here, but it must not be her real purse.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah, I'm sorry the room's a mess. I've still got all my acquisitions that I got to clean.
That's her fall purse, she said.
Okay, so you'll see it at PRGE.
I was say in a couple weeks, or actually probably in a couple days when September.
Yeah, shut the closet door here.
No.
I don't like this new camera because it's such a wide screen. I wish I knew how to constrain it.
No.
You can see out into the hall. There's the shoe rack with the boots and all the shoes all over the floor.
I see that.
There's the kids' crafts and all their junk right here. There's the stool Melissa stands on for Q-Dog House.
Get an inside look right here.
And there's my games and my Sega cabinets.
A spy bag and a GameStop bag.
Yeah, these are the GameStop bags from all the. There's the stack of Wii U games I bought under the GameStop bag, and then this bag has the stuff I bought at Best Buy yesterday. And then I bought some more stuff today that's going to come via mail. By the way, I don't know. This isn't a huge money saver, but if you're going to do store pickup at Best Buy, click on shipping.
Yeah, and then
let them say there's $1 credit, and then click back to store pickup, and they'll give you $1 credit if you click on shipping and then click it back.
Yeah, you have to do it first because it automatically will start you on store pickup, and then do the free shipping or pay shipping, and they will. For me, it's still free shipping.
Yeah,
and then what's called it will force say, hey, it'll check, save $1 if you do in store.
So I did that. I did that for a couple of items. So it's $1. I mean, it adds up. What the heck?
$1's $1, man. You can buy a soda with that.
Yeah. So this is my Best Buy stuff. A lot of stuff coming from Best Buy.
I gotta get on that. They sent me a coupon. I don't know if you got one it says 1 game additionally for 25% off as a way of saying like sorry for ending GCU. Really? Yeah, I got a coupon from them. So I have 1 coupon where I can use so I get 25% off. I think it ends shortly after my GCU ends. So it's like I have to use it soon.
Let me check. When did you get the coupon?
I want to say a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so not quite when they announced it, but
yeah. Let me see. I can see if I can get you a date, so maybe you can look right around then.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'm looking right now. Melissa hid it from me. Maybe she.
Ryan, you've gotten a request from the chat.
Thing's a nice guy. I don't want to wrestle him.
I present you for nothing.
I want you. I want you. That's Sting right there. I got him from Julian.
Okay.
And he gave Chris Roberts the Hollywood Hulk Hogan one. I could have had matching pair, What are you going to do? And I have to try to trick him to get that one from him.
Just for reference, we are past the 3-hour mark, but I'm not going to end it if we still have discussion.
Let me just see if I can find this Best Buy here for Eric. Because I don't know if I can double stack it or it's just like for 1 additional game after GCU expires here. So let me just see if I pull that on up for you.
You can't double stamp a triple stamp.
Yes, you can.
Your order, your order, your order. What's this? Jerks.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. But I am not seeing it.
My Portland and Seattle itinerary is coming together nicely.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We're I'm trying not to like overdo it, but it's like I'm like measuring out the time on the drive. It'll take us this long to get to here, because like we arrive at like 10 o'clock a.m. on a Saturday, but we can't get into the place until 3. So we're gonna drive out to Mount Hood to buy time and to see it.
Oh, nice.
And the falls and the grotto, which we've heard good things, which got recommended on some travel log.
The grotto? I don't even know if I know what that is.
It's by the airport. It's this like serene. I'll find the video that was suggesting it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like just an outdoor like chapel type thing or what, but it looked like the perfect thing to be like the first thing to go to. Melissa knows what it is. The perfect thing to be like, here's the first thing that I'm going to sort of say I'm on vacation now. Like, it's where she took the kids. Yeah. But
I'll read it.
Yeah, I'm trying to like figure out the food places and stuff like that. Like, there's a ping pong bar called Pips and Bounce, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to that. I had Rogue and Dish Shoots both on on our list. I should just pull up the list. I'm trying to do this all from memory.
July 31st, I got mine, Eric.
Okay, I just made it to. Oh, here you are. I just made it to August 1st. I'm like, I'm not seeing it. There you go.
Yes. It's titled "Thank You, Ryan. Save 25% on the game of your choice."
Yep, I got it right here. So how do I get coupon? How do I get this coupon?
So you click on it, and then there's a code in there, and you use it on the game of your purchase. Mine expires on February 2nd.
Okay. Now, does it trigger the expiration once you click that thing?
No.
Oh no, mine expires February 2nd also. Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna use that for Resident Evil, I think. That comes out in January.
Let's see. You
Coupon
still
cast.
25% on a game of your choice. You think it can be used on pre-orders?
I hope so.
I wonder if I should use it on that Super Smash Brothers.
Ooh, that'd be even more.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking, Eric. Now you're thinking. That's a quarter of the price.
Yep.
I'm no fancy math wizard. You know,
but that's a lot. Well, it's $140, so yeah, so $35 right there. Boom.
Boom. Yes, you should, Melissa said.
I am reluctant to get rid of my pre-order on the gamble that this coupon will work.
Do another one and then cancel the previous.
Ooh. Now you're thinking.
Now I'm thinking.
Now you're thinking.
Senior student discount, that's right.
Anyway,
okay.
We've got a question from the chat.
Oh, there's a chat.
Sure.
Yeah. If we were if you could be the best speedrunner in any game, what would it be?
Any game but life.
Kind of lame, but the only one I can think of off the top of my head right now would be like one of the Power Rangers games, the beat 'em ups on a Genesis or Super Nintendo, just because I remember like looking at like Twin Galaxies and sites like that where like it's like there's all the high scores in all these popular games, but then it's like there's really nothing on stuff like that, so it would be just kind of fun to just be the one to get that for no reason other than just for the heck of it. Plus they're really short, so.
You know, I used to be really damn good at speedrunning Resident Evil 2, where I have a time, I remember like an hour and 56 minutes. I don't know if that would be a good one. I have to see what's the best speedrun time for that one, but
FF8. That's my answer.
What was it?
8. Final Fantasy 8.
Oh. Why would you want to speedrun that? Don't you want to savor it?
Well, I mean, it's an entirely different style of playing it, though. It's actually something I've never done with that game. Is the min build. Like I've done max builds and 100%. Like in each of the times that I played, I've pretty much always been like I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna max everything out. But the way that the enemies scale in that game, which is something that's different about it than some of the others, is that if you keep yourself low level, the enemies don't get to be very like they stay low level too. And so you can make it so that you're really only gaining experience on like the story, like the major story beats, and that's it. And there's ways to even prevent that from happening. So I think you can beat the game at like level 7 in the end, if you play everything right and utilize the systems the way that you can. But yeah, I think that would be it for me.
All right.
Marvelous Mighty Q Dog, what is your answer?
I don't have an answer. I have no idea what I would want to speedrun. Something that would require a lot of really fine precision. Something that would be very elegant or fluid if you were speedrunning it, but I have no idea what that would be. I have no idea. I've never thought about speedrunning.
I would like to do it. I think I could do I think I could do it, but I just don't know if I would be like a record holder. I just think I could probably do a game or something like that and be within a range. You know, it's easy if you could find a game that nobody's playing, because that's how what's his face made it on Pete Dorr made. He was on 2 runs for Awesome Games Done Quick or Summer Games Done Quick last time. He did Spider-Man. He did Spider-Man 32X, and then he did some awful polygon-y Jaguar racer or something for the Atari Jaguar CD.
Polygonal.
There you go. That's the thing. If you can find a couple of those, something no one's playing, boom, you're good.
Yep.
This game, this Super Smash Brothers, is no longer available to pre-order, but it is now saying that it's eligible for that $10 in rewards.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think?
I thought I saw the Ultimate bundle. You just have to look under that, I thought, right? Or is that just grayed out now?
Well, I'm looking at so there's 2 issues. So one, the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Special Edition bundle, the $140 bundle. I click pre-order, and it says the item is currently unavailable.
It must be sold out.
So it's sold out. But I'm also seeing that it shows the $10 reward eligible, which I don't remember it showing the other day. Do you know how that works, Ryan? Does it matter if I pre-ordered it before it was eligible for that reward?
I do not.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Anyway, the point. It was a good idea, but I
Coming
can't
soon usually
pre-order
means
it.
it's sold out at the moment.
Yeah.
They do usually will. If you give it enough time, sometimes they will put more up. So
I'll keep looking. I can keep looking. Anyway. All right. As you were. Back to speedrunning.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, follow-up question. Anyone excited for Tetris Effect?
Yes.
It sounds like something that's possibly exciting. What is it?
It's the VR tennis game. Tetris game
Tetris? Oh.
by the guy who did Rez.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That might be a reason to get a Tetris VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mixing
then
up with tennis made me immediately think Tetris Aces.
we are troopers.
Melissa, what time do we go to
It's not
Target?
made all that often.
We are.
Where is that?
I just do want. I think I'm just gonna get that regular Ultimate Edition. That would, I wasn't thinking that probably would have been a good deal, especially with the 25% there. And I imagine people who still have GCU took full advantage of getting that discount because it was included.
Yeah,
they're gonna probably take a big cut on that one.
Well,
I wonder.
I wonder.
The funny thing is, you might be able to go to a store and still do it. But actually, I don't know, because stores usually get limits on that stuff. But
yeah,
you might be able to. But the thing is, from talking with them employees, that if you buy it online, and even if you select ship to store, you will guaranteed get it. Pre-ordering at Best Buy is not a guarantee. It's just I'm trying to think of the wording for it. It's because you're not paying for the whole game. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I forget what the wording is. I heard him talking about it though. I was like, oh, so putting your $5 down doesn't mean crap. Basically, essentially, there for pre-ordering in store. Your best bet is to do it online ahead of time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Because that's the only way. If you pay in advance, then you're paying for it. Like now it's like, grayed out. It's sold out at the moment. So that means, you can try going to the store, but with someone like us whose GCU expires, it's, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I'll just use a coupon on something else.
Yeah.
It would be nice if I got this $10 rewards though too. I don't remember it showing that, but
It was part of the $10 holiday one, so you might get that one. Usually that comes about a month later after you know it releases.
I'll maybe I'll call them up if I don't and say, hey, what's the deal, man? I got this thing. I thought it was eligible.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, always trying to get the deals.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I printed that coupon. It looks like it might only be good online, Ryan. It only has an online promotional code. It doesn't have a barcode or anything, which is what it would normally have for in-store use.
Yeah, so if it's online, then you have to do the process where you would do it and then ship it to your house and then change it to $1 in-store pickups.
Yeah, I think I might have done that. I should check. I might have $1 off it anyway, because I did do in-store pickup for that item. I was doing a bunch of that yesterday, flipping it and then flipping it back to get the buck off. That's how I roll.
Me too.
Soak them for every $1. I wonder though if I use this coupon now, will it override GCU or will it not work? It says it should work after July 29th, so it should work, right?
Yeah.
Presumably it doesn't stack with GCU. That would be ridiculous, right? They would know better than to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Should I try?
You can. I don't think it hurts. I'm gonna probably try to do it with see if I can get Resident Evil 2 here on here. See if they're accepting that one. Resident Evil 2. Ooh, it is there. It is there.
What is it that you're gonna do? Oh, Resident Evil 2.
Deluxe edition. Deluxe edition? What the hell is that? Oh. God damn it, Capcom. Just give me a regular edition.
Speaking of Capcom, there's a sale on Xbox for Capcom titles right now that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Strider is like $3 Canadian again. The Disney Afternoon Collection is like $8. Real cheap stuff.
Okay.
Some Resident Evil games are $10. That's Canadian, so it's gonna be less in the US.
All right. Best Buy's page is pissing me off today. So
I don't know what the hell Deluxe edition is. Why is it $20 more?
I can't help you there.
That's a weird one. Strider and other stuff like that is like $3 on Xbox One, but the 360 arcade title of the Dungeons and Dragons, like old beat 'em ups, that's $4 or $5. Why are those more? That's still not that much, but it's a little odd that that's more expensive. Maybe it doesn't have an extra gold discount on top.
Oh, was that a question?
Nope.
To yourself? Okay.
Yeah, just that was more of a theory than anything.
Yeah.
I won't specify what kind of theory it was.
A game theory?
Perhaps.
I don't know what I want to try here. Ooh, I know. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Yes.
They actually are coming out with that new edition of it that has a DLC and it's cheaper.
They are?
Yeah, like the golden something or other edition of
I thought that was just the expansion. That doesn't come with the whole game, does it?
That's what I thought too, and then I saw a picture on there where it was like showing, it's like, here's the different versions and how they stack up. And it showed like, I'm just going to go back to it, but it showed like the game plus the DLC and the physical version for that one.
Really?
But, I could be wrong. I'll look at it again.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it too, because
the Golden Country.
Yeah, I've been debating whether I should pull the trigger on just that one while my Gamers Club is still good, and then wait. Maybe I'll get the. I'm not sure what to do. If I should get them now, wait for them to be bundled together. But if they are bundled together already, then why are they still selling the original for so much?
Because it's Nintendo. But I'll just screen cap the thing with it.
Okay.
Hold on. No, it's fine. There we go. Maybe I'll just try and zoom in on that. Is that better?
Sorry, I'm not looking. Let's see here.
Am I presented or?
Yeah. No, I got you.
I'll hit present. There we go.
2 ways to enjoy Xenoblade: the Golden Country and get a bonus download code.
I don't know what that means now that I look at it.
Yeah, what is the expansion pass? Hold on. Let me read the other side. Okay. I need to understand this a little better.
I do not get it. Now that I'm looking at it again.
I think it doesn't come with the main game. I'm sorry. The physical on the right.
Yeah.
I think it says if you buy it physical, they'll give you the expansion pass. I'll look at it. I'll look at it myself too. I'm very curious, but I definitely don't want to double down on it.
But now I'm not sure at all. Either way, it comes out September 21st. I guess we'll know then.
Yeah.
That game really didn't appeal to me when it was the full thing. It doesn't appeal to me now. But hopefully that's a good thing and people enjoy it. Maybe I was tired when I was looking at that before. Not a clue. Anyway, I think we might be getting close to done.
I was going to throw the food thing out there again.
What food thing?
For the Friday night of PRG.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. I do have to tell Ryan something. That does stack.
Ooh, 40%?
It did stack. It took
45?
25% off of the already 20% off that I put on it. So a $60 game became $48, and then it took another $12 off that to make it $36. And I did the in-store pickup and got another $1 off. So a $60 Switch game became $35. FYI. Okay, sorry, Musty, go.
No, it's fine.
I kind of feel like vetoing the restaurant talk because I can't really take part in that, and we've done like a little over 3 hours now. But
that's fine.
If you guys want to keep talking in the chat after I end the broadcast or on the food Discord, that's fine. It's just like that's not something I can really take part in, and it's getting kind of late.
That's okay.
Okay.
Otherwise,
delicious meats we're going to be talking about.
No, but we should find something if Jeremy has information on the same spot and that it's just a different place, then I'd say lock it down. But
okay.
But if not, it's not like there's some shortage of food in Portland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ping you guys on Twitter or something right after this, and Melissa's listening.
Okay.
If there's anything really important you want to mention. Okay, Musty?
Yeah, aside from that, is there any other kind of points of topic that you want to go over, or should I just end the broadcast?
Nope.
Okay.
End it. Have a good night, guys.
All right. Sorry to kind of cut that off short. It's just kind of like...
Nope. No problem. See you guys next week.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Bye.